Yeah! Here we are. It's been a fucking while. It's been a minute, like somebody said in the chat. Yeah, it's been a while. I've been doing a lot of other shit, like band stuff and, work stuff and all that. So, really haven't been having too much time to do this. But J-DAWG said, hey, let's do a fucking part 2. And I'm like, all right, let's do a fucking part 2 then. So, here we are. Get ready to ask whatever fucking questions you want to ask them. And well, yeah, exactly. Who is this guy? Yeah. So, it's been a while, but yeah, it's cool. I'm glad I'm doing this again today. And what better person to do it with? So I'm not gonna waste any more fucking time. Let's go ahead and bring them out. And everybody, all you motherfuckers, rise for J-DAWG.
What's up, devil?
What's up, man? So,
not too much.
Internet issues, huh?
Yeah, my house, man. So I think that our power went out. I'm not sure. My wife's over at her mom's house swimming. Dude, it's a fucking scorcher today. So she took the kids over to her mom's because they have a really, really nice fucking in-ground swimming pool.
Yeah.
And she called me about an hour ago. She's like, is the power out there? I was like, no. She's like, the power's out here. And keep in mind, her mom lives like 5 minutes from us. So I'm assuming our power went out and it fucked up our router and shit like that. But usually when you just unplug it and plug it back in, it's good to go. But I tried it 3 times and I was getting to the minute because I wanted to clock in at 6:50. With you, to be, when you're early, you're on time. When you're on time, you're late. God damn it. Exactly. So I was like, fuck. So it was going on like 6:50, 6:52, and I'm like, fuck. Threw my laptop in the goddamn car and hauled ass. The good news is the warehouse is just 7 minutes. It's literally exactly a 7-minute drive from where I live.
Oh shit! Yeah. Wait, it's 103 in fucking Cleveland today.
I think it said it was going to hit that. Yeah, I mean, my car said 95, but I think it was saying it's going to be 105 or whatever day. I would have. I mean, who knows how accurate my car was, but nonetheless, it was hot as fuck. This is definitely the hottest day of the year for sure.
That's like fucking Texas weather.
Yeah, I was going to ask how is it down there today?
It's been like every I guess the past couple of weeks, dude. It's been like. With heat index, it's like 110 or some shit,
Okay, so, and that's what it is today.
Here where I live, it's humid as fuck too. So.
Oh, that fucking sucks. It was a little. I think it was a little bit humid today. I mean, I'm indoors mostly, but when I stepped out, to go to my car, I'm like, fuck, this sucks. But if I could only imagine people that work outdoors and shit, I would hate that.
Yeah, dude. It's I spent a good amount of my time outside, but not entirely the whole day, but you kind of deal with it. But yeah, it's hot as fuck. So, but yeah, like I said, I hadn't done this, so it's cool. We kind of were emailing or whatever, made this shit.
Well, you just reminded me, honestly, dude. Ever since we did our last one, I would say about 2 weeks after that, every week I was like, oh, let's do it. In my mind, I was like, this week I'm going to set it up with Francisco, do another one. And like literally every single week I've been fucking buried and like
I believe
going out.
I checked, I think it was like March 8th or whatever, the when you came on the first time or whatever.
Okay. So, yeah, that makes sense.
Or 18th,
right on there.
18th. It was 18th, I'm sorry.
Because then right after that, then I went out to Phoenix, Arizona at the end of March. I went out to Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
And then my in-laws, they came in just this last week and they stayed with us for about 5 days. So, kind of entertaining them. And I didn't get to then, plus during those times, I was actually getting 2 times in that time frame too, dude, where I was struggling to get videos. You know what I mean? Because mine, like, as you know, I don't know if you know, it's like I got the same shirt out, whatever. I backlog videos.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Weeks, because if you're going to do one every day, there's not.
That's what I was going to ask. Actually, that's one of the things I was going to ask. Have you actually missed a day yet?
Not one single day, not one.
Holy fuck. So, and I guess, I mean, obviously, you're a kind of a schedule-driven kind of guy, I'm guessing, to where
Correct.
If you set something, a fucking appointment, you're like, I got to fucking do it, right?
100%. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I plus I made the promises like I will at least minimally go all of 2022 without missing one day. I was like minimally that, but I mean, I planned the goal is at least 5 years straight. And
holy fuck.
And honestly, too, I'm not like raking in dough or whatever. But it's kind of. Do you monetize your videos?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay, so
the reason I do it is because sometimes I play like music and I get fucked
Oh, okay. So I did, because once you're eligible is when you hit 1,000 subscribers, and I think you need 1,000 subscribers, and I think it's 4,000 hours of watch time. That's when you're eligible to. So, anyways, I did it, and I was eligible. I've been doing it for 2.5 months, and it's building up. I'm like, holy shit! I was like, I made this, like, it's not like substantial money, but it's more than, it definitely paid more than gas money for the month. It was definitely way more than I thought it was going to be. Again, it's nothing it's nothing to live off or nothing like that by any means. But it's a nice little change. But the only downside is I haven't got paid out yet at all, because when you set it up, you got to set all this crap up, and you got to verify your account and stuff. Anyways, my bank account's linked up to it. It's just my savings account. You use the savings or checking, and it keeps saying it's not verified. And I actually emailed them 2 or 3 days ago, and then you just get an automatic response. I got it today, and it's kind of like, well, is your bank able to receive international payments and stuff like that? I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty fucking sure. Not to mention, it didn't answer my fucking question. So I was like, that's all. It's like, and then it just says, did this answer your question? Not really, because the answer is fucking yes, and I'm still not. It just says unverified, but you got to verify address. And dude, actually, I got this gay ass thing in the mail. Like, I guess everybody gets this. When you sign up and verify, you get this thing in the mail from Google AdSense. I probably shouldn't show the PIN number or whatever. And it's basically, it takes a few days or a couple weeks, and you get this PIN number that you have to put in, that you get a physical paper to make sure. Basically, it's probably a good thing, because it makes sure everything's legit and that it's going to the right stuff. But I thought that was the final step. I was like, why is and I did that about 4 days ago. I was like, why is my goddamn bank account staying still unverified? I asked Reaper, he's like, oh, that's weird. He's like, yeah, maybe. He's like, it usually takes a week or so. He's like, I know the first time they deposit like a penny into your account to make sure it goes through. I was like, I didn't even get that yet. So I was going to maybe like screenshot them on my phone, like take a little video. And because I haven't seen Reaper in a while, probably a few months, just family fun, because he lives like 45 minutes from me. Yeah. And I'm not driving out there for a 5-minute trip on $5 gas prices. You know what I mean? Exactly. So I'll just take him a video shoot. I mean, I think with him, and he's much smarter with that crap, maybe I'll figure it out. But it's definitely worth the monetization. I mean, like 5 years from now, I can only. So I see what I'm getting, dude. These guys that are getting 10,000 views a day and shit like that doing videos. Oh my! Even if it's just 10,000, dude, they're making a living off this shit.
There's a lot of people that.
No, I knew, but I knew the guys that were getting 100,000 views, 1 million views. I knew they were making a living and a good living. Yeah. Even if you're just getting 10,000 views a month, and let's say you're doing a daily video, 10,000 views a video on average, and let's say you're doing a video every day. Hell, even let's say you're just doing 5 videos a week, dude. They got to be easily pulling in $5 to $6 grand a month.
Yeah, I've noticed, your channel is like fucking, it's growing and
slowly but surely.
Everybody keep commenting, because that apparently that helps out a lot too. Like if people
and the reason I started, I had no ambitions to do it for money or whatever. I knew that you could monetize. I said, fuck it, if you can, you can too. And but now, if I can make money on top of it, and now I'm very motivated. I was like, oh, I'm definitely doing videos every day, because I do enjoy doing it too.
Obviously, yeah.
So it's like, fuck it, and I always said, if you could make money doing what you enjoy, that's what we do with Hells Headbangers. Then there's nothing fucking better. So
I'll put this out there to everybody. Do you? I think he's gonna do it, but 5 fucking years. Do you guys think he'll be able to go 5 fucking years with posting a video every single day? I say yes, for goddamn
shit. Sure. Somebody put it in writing. Put the date I said that, which is today, 6/15/2022.
June 15th.
And generally speaking, if I put a goal out there in writing or whatever, I'm gonna. If I say it and I put it out in the world, generally speaking, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Unless something happens like catastrophic, like my house burns down, or even even then I still might. I was like, fuck, I'll just shoot them in my office. But the only thing I would see is if some major health problem, I got hit by a car, or I'm hospitalized in a coma or something like that, to where I couldn't. I would think that's the only thing stopping me. Outside that, I don't see why not. You know what I mean? Because the only other reason it was in my mind outside that, before, when I said the whole year, I was a little skeptical, because I was afraid that I'd run out of content. But man, just going over the comment section every day. Days that way. I was like, dude, I don't know if you see my last video. I think I'm 3 weeks behind on videos to do. Like, I just go in order. I was like, and then obviously each day you're kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Building up.
What's the most you recorded in a day? Like 3 or
7 videos.
Holy shit. Yeah.
I wanted to just literally, dude, I just bust out my phone for questions, just one after another, record. Boom.
Shit. All right. So they average, I guess, about half an hour.
I try to keep them at 20 minutes now. Some are a half hour, but I try to keep them right around 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's wild, man. Because yeah, fuck, 7 videos. But no, it's a good. I think it's a good. It's good to have it on YouTube because YouTube, if people are leaving comments like right away, it helps like the algorithm or whatever. So it'll fucking throw it out there for other people that aren't like subscribed or whatever. So all you fucks just keep commenting on every fucking video like over and over and over. Even if you just write like fucking, hey, I'm leaving a fucking comment, or something like that.
Oh yeah, the comment. Yeah, it helps build up. Yeah, algorithms where they'll show your videos. Is that what it is?
Yeah, exactly. It'll like, all right, well, obviously there's some kind of interest here.
Correct.
So,
yeah, people interact. Yes.
Hey, maybe we can make some money off fucking J-DAWG's video. So let's fucking
Correct.
put it in other people's suggestions, right?
It's funny you say that because I kind of did hear that through the grapevine, and that's another reason why I like doing it where you're interacting with the crowd and answer their questions because they're more likely to leave something. It's like, hey, maybe he'll read off my comment, on a video. And I think people like that. Dude, there's some people, I think it's just the regulars. That's probably about 5 or 6 guys. They comment every fucking video, literally. Every single one.
That's good. That's good, man. That's cool. I mean, people want to know your fucking thoughts on like everything from fucking, Cannibal Corpse to fucking, I don't know.
I get asked some random shit too, which I like. Actually, I like some what it was on my video yesterday or 2 days ago, or whatever I posted. I forget whatever I posted. I recorded it probably 2 weeks ago. But when it went up, I was going over a comments guy. He was kind of like ripping on me in the comments, and I actually really fucking like that shit too. He's like, "Oh, good." I think he commented on that video too. He's like, "Yeah, dude, it was all poking fun." I'm like, when I get to that video to respond, I'm thinking like, dude, the more the better. Keep it coming. Constructively that can recom. If you just say, hey, fag, Mr. Dumbo ears, what the fuck am I going to say? That's just stupid. But if it's like kind of like constructive criticism or just bashing, I like it because it gives context that's kind of like debatable. You go back and debate, and people kind of like that. They like when there's dirt talk or debates and shit like that. So it's like that material is like even better. I was like, rather than just answer random questions, because some of the questions are getting a little mundane and repetitive, or I'm some of these guys, and some of the guys asking, I'm like, dude, I know you watch my videos every day, or at least you have been for a couple months. Like, I've answered this like 1,200 fucking times. Like, what do you think about shows that have the shittiest fucking opening act or something like that? Like just random things where I'm like, I kind of think I've already answered this, but
yeah.
So I'd rather get the stuff that's kind of like more debatable too, that to talk about as long as I have an opinion about it, because I'm like, fuck, this makes for just one all around great video. And again, I definitely notice the stuff that gets the most views is anything that's somewhat controversial.
Oh, absolutely.
Anything negativity or busting balls, anything of that nature, without a doubt, they get the most fucking views. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you're able to look. I could search it maybe here. I'm curious. I haven't looked back at it. I'm curious what you remember the Satanic War Master video I did?
Yeah.
That was definitely at the most. I know that last I looked was probably like a couple months ago. It was like at 5,000 views.
Yeah.
I guess I'll search it out now. What is it even? That's got to be my most viewed video.
More than the that's the one. That's the one I saw. Like, I noticed people like online. It's like, sharing it because they're like, oh, can you believe this shit or whatever? It wasn't like, check this out, this is cool. It was more like, hey, my feelings are hurt, so I got to let everybody know that this guy sucks or something like that.
Yeah, I see it. So I posted it 3 months ago. Is Werewolf Records and Satanic War Master racist?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
It's at 6,500 views. So that's got to be my most viewed video.
Yeah, I mean that's that. Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, come on, man, fucking.
Yeah, but like I said, that was just a guy. The only reason I even did that, nothing. I didn't even. It's funny. I just read off the question, and that was it. I didn't even think anything of it, because I was still really new. What was I doing for 2 months or so? Yeah. And hey, whatever. That's what they want to hear. So I'm just waiting for the fucking next big time boom question where it gets like 20,000 views. There's got to be something. You know what I mean? Where it's some type of controversy.
I don't know, man. Somebody told me because I watch them. I watch them every now and then, and I didn't watch. Apparently, there was one that has been making the rounds.
Which one?
The one about what was it? I guess something about showing your legs or some shit like that.
That's the one the guys ripping on me. What's it at? I mean, it just that's the one I was just talking about. The guy was busting my balls.
I just figured if once people like see like the fucking
So that was I'm looking at now. That was yesterday's video. It's at 866 views, and it's 24 minutes long.
Yeah, yeah.
So I know people. So you actually even heard about it making the rounds.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, here it is. The junk shot video will be the new big video.
Yeah, I just did that one off the cuff too, because like I said, the guy was ripping on me. I'm like, fuck it, this is something to talk about. Like, I didn't even read before I ever did the video. I didn't even read because he left 2 comments, and it was like, dude, it was like long. It was like super long. I just skimmed it, saw he's kind of like, and I was just like, oh, he's kind of ripping. I was like, I got something to say to this. I'm like, because I don't like to waste a lot of time. I was like, I got to record the video. I was like, just let's hit fucking play and let me read it and just off the cuff response. So I was like, whatever happens, happens. So you never know now.
Well, I mean, I always just ignore because there's always people that are just leaving shit because just commenting on videos just to get, I guess, attention or something. I don't know, you know. So it's like, fuck it, whatever.
The only thing I thought was weird. The only thing I think is weird in the comments, probably in the last 2 to 3 weeks, I guess somebody said in the comments too, like, oh, those are bots, where it's like these random comments. They're not even in English, and you could tell it's almost yeah. Well, I don't know, what is that? Like, why would they even do that? Like,
they're all that happens. That happens on like just about every video now, like just random like porn bots or whatever, where they just like.
But I don't know, like, what's the motive behind that? Like, I don't understand.
I mean, I think it's like, I guess trying to get people to. It's either I think it's a scam, or just trying to lead. Yeah, it's a scam. Pretty much, or trying to lead people to like some porn shit or whatever.
Oh, it's all porn.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I used to get those a lot too, and it's like whatever.
What are you at subscriber ones? Are you at 2,000 yet?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I've kind of slowed down. I think I'm around 1.6 or something like that.
Okay. And how often are you doing a video?
Well, I used to do them a lot actually, but I said in the beginning, I've had a lot of stuff going on with like band stuff and like work and just.
But have you ever gone a whole week where you don't do a single video?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay.
Yeah, I used to do. I mainly the ones I used to do, like at one point I was doing like chats like this, like sometimes twice a week, but it'd be like 2 hours long or whatever. But
who's the last one you did? Like, who's one last chat you did with? Like somebody that would.
Last one before you?
Well, since me, yeah, after me, and.
Well, actually, like before today, I did one with it was a skateboarder, legendary skateboarder from here in Houston, John Gibson, and he was also in a hardcore band. But before that, fuck, I can't even remember what I.
Oh, really? See, it seemed like you're doing it very regularly.
I was for a long time. People were like, "Hey, I can't fucking keep up," and I'm like, "Well, I just you don't have to fucking watch them like right now. They're on YouTube.
They're for eternity.
Yeah, you can watch them whenever you want.
So, right.
But hell, now I can't remember who the fuck I did before that. I could find out. But yeah. I was doing the videos quite often, but was it Apsu? I think it was Apsu.
You did the app. Which guy was that?
I did Proscriptor and Equitent, like the on one show.
Okay.
So, and that was actually really cool because one of my favorite bands, and they don't do it. This was like the first time they'd ever done like a live stream thing. So,
okay.
But yeah, that was cool. So it was those two guys. Shit, that was probably like in shit. Fuck, I don't even remember now.
How did that one go?
It went well. I thought it went well. I mean, like I said, I like the band a lot. I've always liked them, and I've been asking them for fuck since I started doing this, and just never happened. And it's like, yeah, we'll both come on, and I'm like, all right, cool. So that made it even better. I had two guys, of the band, and we talked about all the old days and what they got going on now. And I think they're supposed to have some big fucking announcement like in the fall sometime. So I don't know what's going on. So that'd be cool. That'd be cool. So but yeah, Apsu was Well, I say Absu, but it was those two guys. We talked a lot about Absu because Ray Equitant was like the original guy who started the band.
Do you like everything by them?
No. I mean, no, not really. I
don't really know everything. I mean,
I like them.
My favorite shit was the demo stuff, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I like all the early like death metal stuff, but I really like the
Marathon Vitriol, the first album.
The first album, the second album. I like probably up until that album Terra. And I mean,
I don't know if I don't know if I've ever listened to that. I know what you're talking about. I don't even know if I've even heard
it's good. It's good. I mean, it's good, but it's not my favorite. But I kind of like after that. It's like they had good songs here and there on the album, but I still bought them because it's just one of those bands where I just kind of buy everything.
Oh yeah, I definitely have mine. I definitely have bands like that myself, right? Yeah.
So now I don't necessarily like listen to all the albums a lot, but. I mean, the stuff I listen to the most is, the early stuff when I first got into them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, they were really cool. And
how far are those guys from you?
Oh, shit. Actually, one of them's in San Antonio, the other one's in Dallas area. But that's San Antonio is like 4 hours from me.
Okay.
And Plano is like fucking 6 hours or whatever.
Okay, so they're nowhere close.
Spread out, yeah. Let me answer this. Somebody asked if I could get Disma. Actually, I've had Bill from Disma. I did a 6.66 episode with Bill from Disma on here, which actually I'm glad they brought it up because I don't know if you like Disma or not, but that new EP that they just did, fucking brutal, man.
So with Disma, I only listened to the first album, maybe the demo that came out on vinyl. I like the whole concept of it. I just remember it was a little bit. It reminds me of Autopsy Mental Funeral in the sense, not that it sounds like that. It reminds me in the sense where it's just kind of like, let's go, boys, need to pick up the pace. I'm getting a little bored. It's a little bit too slow for me. But the fact that Craig Pillard shows is cool, because even honestly, some of the parts on Incantation, Mortal Throne, and Nazarene and stuff, which I do like that album a lot, and those, it's right below, it just meets the cutoff to where I'm like, some of these slow parts are becoming too much for me.
Well, I mean, I'm the same way, but like the album, the new stuff doesn't. I think it ends like on something like that, but for the most part, it's kind of mid-paced and kind of like I don't know. It's got a lot of good riffs and.
Because when I think of like stuff like that, I mean, for me, like death metal needs to be. It doesn't need to be blasting the whole time, but it needs to be at least mid-paced. Anything that's really slow and shit, to me, that's just doom, like death doom. You know what I mean? Like if they want, because some people are like, oh, well, doom is like Candlemass, shit like that. I'm like, okay, fine. It's like it's a death metal sounding doom. You know what I mean? Death doom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was never really a fan of that for the most part at all. So to me, it's just I there's stuff that I want to like. I'm like, I'm just too goddamn bored. I was like, I'm falling asleep. I was like,
yeah.
You know,
I really fucking liked it. My buddy Roy from Necroharmonic released it. So if any plug for Roy, if anybody likes Disma or whatever, get the new one. It kicks ass. Also the new Crucifier EP I like a lot. Somebody mentioned Crucifier. I like that a lot.
Yeah, you had him on. What's his face?
Kaz.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do a live show with him one time, but
yeah, because I watched that. Well, maybe not the whole. I don't think I watched.
Yeah, he's cool as shit. Yeah, Kaz is fucking cool as shit. But yeah. So so speaking of new releases, what's the latest like on Hells Headbangers that has come out? I know vinyl pressing is fucking ridiculous, but
so actually,
what's the latest things you guys have out?
Funny you say that, because actually the floodgates kind of have opened up in the last couple of weeks of getting shit in. So we just got in. I don't think we announced out yet. We got all 3 Unlord LPs in, which everybody knows I'm a huge Unlord fan. It's like one of my favorite black metal bands. They just did the 3 albums. That's it. They've never been on vinyl before. The vinyls, we did the CDs came out like last year, and the vinyls finally arrived. We submitted them last year. They just came in this week. Incantation Blasphemy on vinyl, that's in. Last Days of Humanity, Sounds of Rancid Juices Sloshing Around Your Coffin, the first album on vinyl, that just came in. I did a video that I think it was today's video. The band Spider It's a new band on Hells Headbangers, which I was a big fan of. It's like guys from Nuke and Shit Fucker, shit like that. The CDs came out about a month and a half ago. I really like that. That's a new release. And then their new shit, bunch of other stuff. I'm trying to go on a fucking blank. The Nile demos, EPs, what they call it, Festival's Atonement, LP, and the Ramsey's Bringer War 7-inch. Those are in. There's a good handful of other shit too.
Well, I played that Church of Disgust that just came out.
Yeah,
recently,
Church of Disgust, Shed the Skin. Those both came in. Yeah, the new Church of Disgust and the new Shed the Skin. Both those just came in. I mean, like a lot of shit came in. Like,
yeah,
which I'm glad, but it's annoying because it's all at once. So it's it really gums things up. But yeah, so it was all fucking Latin the last two weeks or so, like just fucking, pouring. Like we just got another skid today of stuff. So
damn. Well,
so yeah, quite a bit of shit actually is coming in.
Well, that's
and then
good.
the new Nunslaughter album, the full length, the LP for that, the CD came out. Fuck, was it last year already? I think it was last year. Yeah, it was last year. The LPs are finally, I think they just shipped. I'm pretty sure they're pressed. Either they did ship or they're shipping like very, very soon. So we should have them by probably 4th of July or so.
Oh, okay, there you go. So Gunslaughter freaks.
Yep.
And vinyl freaks.
So yeah, there's a ton of fucking shit going, like, coming out, going in, like a fucking ton. I mean, the next, mark my words, like from today to about the next year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
We just got some more warehouse space too that we'll have in September. It's gonna be raining releases, raining. Especially once the pressing plants, once they get back to normal turnaround times, which it's slowly getting there. They're quoting now from a year. It's a lot of times they're saying like 9 months now and shit. So it's slowly getting there towards where things are slowly but surely going back to the norm. And once that's the case, and then with our new warehouse space, it's gonna be just raining shit. So
hell yeah. Anything come through the warehouse that you guys didn't release that has kicked your ass here recently?
Yes, and I'm trying to think what it is.
While he's thinking, you guys, I mean, ask fucking questions, whatever you want to ask.
Funny because I showed something though. I showed one on camera too, something I really, really liked that came in. I'll say, as I just listened today, we just got in a trade. There's a new Deicide bootleg LP. So I love that. You know what I
mean? Yeah.
Like live on the Legion tour. I forget where, overseas, I believe. So I thought that was really cool. But as far as like a new like release, like a full length, definitely drawing a blank. But yeah, there definitely has been a couple things that I really did like. Yeah, I'm definitely drawing a blank as far as outside of Hells Headbangers that we got. And I mean, all the they're doing a lot of splits and shit, which is cool, which I either want somebody else to do them or even Hell's jumping on to the band Pharmacist that I was talking about, that LP.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They've been doing a lot of splits and EPs. Like we got fucking 4 or 5 all at once. Like 3 split CDs and like 2 EPs that they did all on CDs. I would like them to come out on LP because generally speaking, when it's a split, I'm not a big fan of split CDs because if you don't like the other band, it's kind of annoying. You know what I mean? You got to listen. You know what I mean? It's opposed to just listen to the band on the side you do like. However, the splits they did, there's a band. One of them's called Egg Gore. Egg Gore. And I'm like, that's a dumb fucking name. I was like, but actually put it out. I'm like, this is actually pretty fucking good. It's just like war grind stuff. So it kind of worked out because none of the bands that did the splits, but none of it sucked. So I liked all that. We got all those in at once, and I listened to those all back to back. I liked all those. That was probably like last month or so. So those for sure.
Yeah. Oh, my buddy Daniel Shaw sent me a photo yesterday, and I didn't know about this release, but I was gonna show it to you because I was like, dude, that's fucking brutal. I didn't even know this existed. But can you see that?
Yeah, that's for the Beastal Warlust, I believe. Release.
Yes.
No, I mean, I think it was Beastal Mockery. I think it was the Beastal Mockery. I think it was the Beastal Mockery Destructor 10-inch.
Yeah,
that we did.
Yeah, that was with razor, very sharp fucking razor on there, and I think I have.
Yeah, that's on the first 100 copies, maybe 200, but I think it's 100. I think it's on silver vinyl. Yeah, I own that. It's funny bringing that up because I actually just showed somebody asked me about Beast of Mockery, and that's funny. I was like, I've never really brought him up on this channel, but I was like, I'm a huge Beast of Mockery fan, especially the first 2 albums, and I showed my Christ Crushing Hammer Chainsaw LP that Hells Headbangers did, the Die Hard. It's really elaborate too. Comes with a chainsaw, like an actual chainsaw blade on it.
Yeah. And
we did like 100 of those, but then again, it's funny you bring that up because then the other split Beast of Mockery with Destructor, it was a 10-inch. Yeah, that's the outer cover, and then inside there's the gatefold cover.
Yeah.
It's a really nice release. I got to go back. It's been a while since I listened to that, but Beast of Mockery, then Destructor from Australia, not the Cleveland Destructor.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine people like cutting themselves trying to open that fucking thing.
Yeah. So what we did, it was Eric's idea, I believe. We put that on. There's a big 2-size, a piece of like a flat chipboard that we put on top. Yeah. So that way, it's kind of like anything that goes in a sleeve. That way, it's protected and it won't not only cut yourself, but also like sitting in your collection, cutting up the stuff in front of it.
Yeah, that's fucking brutal, man. I was like, holy shit. He sent me the photos. I was like, holy shit.
Funny, I'm trying to think what year we even did that, because that was quite a while ago, that one. It had
exactly.
How much? At least 2010, if not earlier.
How much blood has that album shed? I bet quite a bit. That's fucking brutal.
I personally never cut myself out of it because, like I said, the way we handled it, because we knew, you know what I mean? We practiced it to the point where it's like it was protected. But I'm sure a lot of people that bought it did. Maybe intentionally so on some of them.
All right, here's people are starting to ask questions. What are some underrated Hells Headbanger releases that you think deserve more attention? I don't know if you've answered that on your show.
Yeah, people have asked me that, and I think there's a ton. I mean, tons of them. I mean, I always say I try not to repeat the same fucking ones, but well, I'll say this is actually, since they're out in the LPs, and I know they won't get as much attention, is the Unlords. I think Unlord, if you like extreme black metal, I think that's some of the best extreme black. Like, it's literally one of my favorite black metal bands ever. And we did the CDs. They don't fly out the door or nothing, but what people don't know. But black metal in general, that scene's really big, and they'll sell at the ass. And a lot of times there's trends revolving around some black metal bands where it sells extremely fucking fast. And it's just funny when something like that, it's like, but it doesn't sell nearly at the pace. So I kind of so I would put them definitely in that category. I've always said other stuff, some of the reissue stuff like Centurions and shit like that, but that's me repeating myself. The one I really like too is the Vladimirs, but I understand why that didn't sell well because it's more of a punk band, kind of like a Misfits, Sam Hain worship type stuff. Not really, I guess, with a little bit of metal in there, but more like the horror punk. I wasn't too surprised that didn't do very well. We kind of knew it was just kind of like doing it as fans and doing it as friends to Ash and shit and the band. Because that's not really generally the crowd that comes to us, so I wasn't surprised by that. But that's one that I listen to more over than a lot of stuff that, like, some stuff that sells really well, and I'm just like, it's okay. Yeah. So that's, and then I'm trying to think of one that's kind of like, wasn't a reissue or a re-release of an album that we did that kind of we've done some release and they moved on. If I say if I'm trying to think the band is the band Destructor from Australia, the band we did a split with Beast of Mott, that record you just showed. Yeah. But like we done all the release stuff, like the Nuclear Storm EP, then the Nailed album, and then the last album that they did, which that was even forever ago that they did that. What was that, at least 2016, 15, somewhere around there? The Opprobrium. I mean, they move, but I mean, I think that it's way, way underrated. Another band, actually, I did bring them up too, and we did a bunch of their releases. I told you about them. One of my probably favorite Posers songs is a band from Denmark, Victimizer. Yeah. I think that it was steady or whatever, and it's long on a print now. Who knows? Maybe years from now we'll even repress it. I think that's like fucking shit's great. And you don't hear any of these newbies fucking people posting on Instagram, hey, check out my, you know what I mean? None of that shit. It's always just the new modern trendy crap that they're putting out, you know what I mean?
I got one. Go buy my fucking album on Hells Headbangers.
Yeah.
That fee will save you. Buy maybe it'll fucking sell out in 20 years.
We're down at the bottom of the barrel of those for sure. I mean, it's we got we got maybe 15, 20 LPs left.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
CDs.
Somebody buy them. I'm tired of fucking.
It's funny. We probably sell an LP or a CD probably at least on average to this day about once a week.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's not like it's not like it's some total dog bone. Like don't get me wrong, there we got some dog bones, not necessarily stuff we put out. There might even be a few of those even that like you do the whole month, 2 months will go by and you don't sell any.
Yeah. Yeah, I just hate seeing that shit still there. It's like, fucking buy it already.
Yeah, but it hasn't been that. When you really do the math, dude, that hasn't been out that long. What is it, 3 years or so?
I forgot already. Probably. Probably. I don't know, man. I just actually, speaking of the German band Dead, I used to do a small like 7-inch label, like in late '90s, and I put out a Dead 7-inch. 99 or something
Dead
like
for
that.
sure.
Yeah, Dead rules, man.
Yeah.
Obviously, I like them. I put out one of the records, but that's a great band, underrated band, I think.
Yeah, but are they even still around? Everything I heard,
yeah.
I liked, and I own a few things. I think I own a CD, maybe an LP, a couple split 7-inches.
Yeah, they're still out.
Everything I heard is all good. Nothing. I've never heard a stinker, but I can't say I know everything either.
Yeah, it's badass shit. I really like that band a lot. Actually, I just saw that somebody's putting out their 91 demo like on 10-inch or something like that. So.
Oh shit, that's the kind of stuff I love seeing come out.
Yeah, like I forgot who's doing it or whatever.
Then the demo, I don't think I've ever heard the demo. I don't think I even know it.
It's good. Yeah, I always had it like, oh look,
you have an original demo tape.
There it fucking is right here.
Oh sweet, yeah, just the logo.
That's the original one. Yeah.
Nice.
So, but yeah, so that's a good band. All right, there's another question. Oh, who came up with the idea of actually putting a real butcher knife on the embalmer? There was blood everywhere picture disc.
Probably mostly Eric, because most of the stuff was his ideas that came with it, but I think that was probably collaborated with him and then probably Paul from Embalmer. Like Eric probably had some ideas floating around his head, and I'm sure Paul was, well, actually I don't think, I know Paul was ecstatic to do something like elaborate for Embalmer, and they're probably shuffling some ideas, and that's what they came out of. But I would say definitely stemmed with Eric and bouncing off of Paul, because the razor wire shit like you just showed, that was all Eric's idea.
Yeah, that's cool. Give J-DAWG some Ceremonium 7-inches. I don't know what Ceremonium was. That 7-inch was put out fucking by Necroharmonic like in '93, and it fucking rules.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah, I hit the original. Yeah, I have one. I have that 7-inch.
That's that. Yeah, it's got one of my favorite like death metal songs. It's Incarnated Deity. That song fucking rules.
That's funny. It's been quite some time since I've spun that, but yeah, I definitely own one.
Yeah, that band rules. Actually, the guy Oscar, the original vocalist, has like he just started like a distro label kind of thing recently. So he's
really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just the way he spelled it made me laugh. Hedge. Yeah.
By the way, speaking of them, do you like Have Hedge?
I do. I don't like all the stuff. I don't like the weird. Like,
you like the Throne of Son of God and shit.
Yeah, I like that. I like the first 7-inch that my buddy Jim released, the Unholy Darkness and Impurity.
Jim Stanek.
Yeah. He put that out, and that other stuff is not really for me. I know I got some friends that really dig it, but it's not for
Same
me.
Here. Like actually, I remember when the first 10-inch that we did when Paul turned in the audio. I remember Chase said to me, he's like, "Oh, we got a problem here," and I was he's like, "This Avalanche is not like at all what I was expecting."
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, well, he's trying to do something unique, and it's like, so.
Yeah.
But it definitely was a curveball.
Yeah, that's Paul. So.
Because you know Paul personally, right?
Yeah. Is Hell in position now to counter offer big labels trying to steal bands? Good question.
Yes, I mean to a degree. I mean, not if it's like Cannibal Corpse or something like, hey, $100,000. Yeah. But I mean, within reason. But yeah, decent offers. I will say, I won't say the band, and I won't say amounts or anything like that. But actually, a band that we probably just lost as of very recently. Was because another label made them an offer. And I was kind of very, very surprised by it because it's actually a new band. And the offer was a tall amount of cash. And Chase said, "What do you think?" And I'm like, I personally don't think they're worth that. Not because they're not a good band. I think they're new and they barely have done anything, so we don't know. They don't have a track record of proving that they're worth that kind of money. I'm like, because that's literally fucking like what we'd offer like Midnight or something.
Yeah.
So, Dan, this just happened last week. So,
yeah. What was I gonna ask? Oh, I know you had mentioned it. Like, I don't know, on one of your videos about. Did you go to MDF?
No, because they fucked me. Hemorrhage canceled. Dismember canceled.
Oh shit.
So yeah, that was going to be the Saturday that I was going to go on. I don't know if the band Birdflesh played or not. Although I probably wouldn't have saw them regardless because they were playing on a Sunday, and I was just going to go down there for the Saturday. But I really want to see Birdflesh. I've never seen Birdflesh ever, and I'm a huge Birdflesh fan.
Yeah, I think like one of the 2 times I went, I think they were in the lineup too, because I think
Birdflesh played a couple times. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the years I went, I think it was 2016. They played. But it was that getting a taxi cab, drive down the fucking street bullshit where I didn't even know where the fuck event was, where they played, another lot. And I'm like, so was it the merch stand, everything? I'm like, I don't even know, like, how the fuck do you even get there? And people are like, oh, it's easy, just around the corner. I'm like, well, around the corner where? And I'm going to be like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not just going to be walking around this shithole. So that's why I didn't see them. But they did technically play one of the years I went. So I was kind of
Baltimore. I mean, I don't know if anybody's listening here from Baltimore, but I've been it's a shithole.
Oh yeah. If somebody blew it off the map, I don't think anybody would be disappointed.
No. I remember going twice. I'm like, all right, Yeah. Oh, I think it was he misspelled it. Cemeterian. Actually, those 7 inches have been like gone forever. So I don't.
It's funny. You did send me one of those.
I gave you one, yeah.
And it's funny. Somebody else sent me the black vinyl too. Somebody from the channel. Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's good. Yeah, that's another plus of doing this shit. People send you shit, right?
I was gonna say that's part of what I was saying earlier. Another reason I like doing this is like, dude, like people interact with me, like kind of letting me know about shit that I didn't know was coming out or happening, and also, people literally just send me shit. I'm like, oh, this is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, the only thing I have left, like personally, is my the guy that did it, Don Breed Records. He sent me like 3 test pressings, and he made like an alternate cover.
Oh yeah, like a white version instead of black.
Yeah. So he gave me that, and I thought it's the only thing I have left. And
I think that's cool that sold out that fast for like a brand new band. Like it's just, you know what I mean? Like a small label.
The last thing we did, there's a 7-inch coming out.
That's what I heard. Yeah. Tell me about that, because I actually heard somebody told me about that. I think one of the devils in the fucking comments said it. I'm like, oh sweet, what is it? A split 7 inches? I think that's what I heard.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I don't have it, but I don't have them yet. But I got the test press, and it is a 7-inch. It's a split 7-inch with Absconder from Illinois, which are a really cool band, and they have a really good song on there. We did like one song, and it's like hopefully my buddy Clay from Rescued from Life is putting it out, and last I talked to him, it could be a couple months from now whenever it's out.
That's not too bad.
No, I mean, but he's been working on it since fucking like October or some shit.
Yeah.
So, but that's the last thing. So I'm sure. I don't know if you guys deal with Clay or not, but
I'm almost positive we still do. We definitely have, because I know the name very well.
Yeah, he did the Leprophiliac LP that just came out recently, and he does like a lot of grindcore stuff. And
Clay Newell.
Yeah. He's from here, but he recently moved to like Colorado. But yeah, that hopefully that'll be out in a couple months.
Do you guys plan on? Are you guys planning on doing anything else with the band, or that's it? Then you're not doing
I mean, for now, it's kind of it's kind of.
What's your reason? What's your reason for that?
Well, honestly, it's just it was beginning. Everybody was like busy doing other stuff, and it kind of just took like not just the back seat, but the fucking seat behind the back seat. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I'm one of those people that's like, I get something going, I want to keep it fucking going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go do something else, and that's why I started doing the new shit or whatever. But
Yeah.
so
is that all you're doing then? It's just the Eat to Decay? I mean, that's it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, me and Matt might work on like that Feeble Savior stuff, but he's super busy, man. He's like playing drums with Imprecation now.
So if you guys do the Eat to Decay and like, let's say, we do the 7-inch, like, well, the demo or whatever, and like you say goes that you're happy with, it goes over well. Is that something you're gonna want to do like a full length then from there?
Well, yeah, I know. I definitely we have probably about 20 minutes of shit written now.
Okay.
And I sent you that little real rough like demo.
Yeah, I think it sounds fucking great. Like, I think it's awesome. So the drummer, actually he's in this band Hexea, which I told you about. You sent me the disc, right?
Yeah, I sent you the CD.
Disc, and then you sent me a CD, and did you send me another CD too?
I may have. I don't remember.
Oh no, I think somebody else gave me something the same day. I think because Craig saw it or said, "Oh yeah, I know this." What I was like, "Yeah." Francisco says, "Oh okay." And then I was next to another disc that somebody sent me the same day. Like I said, dude, like people have been sending me shit in general, like, and I'm kind of like getting it blurred together. But yeah. So, but yeah, we definitely want to. I saw JD commenting earlier, but we plan on recording like sometime, hopefully this summer. Like I said, probably about 20 minutes of stuff, and see. But yeah, I definitely, I know we talked about it before about doing something with Hells with it, but yeah, it's something I definitely want to keep doing, no matter what. Because I think we talked about this like offline before. We make time. You and I, like, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to fucking do it. You know what I mean? So we make time. It's like, oh, I'm fucking busy and this and that. Well, you make time for shit you want to make time for. 100%. Yeah, that's why. And no names, nothing thrown out there. That's why I've gotten frustrated with things in the past, projects and stuff. I was like, because it's like, dude, either we're gonna do this or we're not gonna fucking do it. Like, what the fuck? What is all this wishy-washy fucking delays and bullshit and lag times? Like, this is just stupid.
Yeah, like I said, nothing against the other guys. It's just they're busy, and I'm like, I just to me, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna put it on the shelf and and start doing something myself, because but me and Charles, the guy that's playing bass in Cemetery, and he's on that 7-inch.
So you're doing everything. So you just have one guy, and you're doing everything else.
What do you mean? So the drummer, JD's a drummer, Charles is playing bass, and I'll be doing guitar and vocals.
Okay.
But yeah, JD's like ridiculous. I mean, he's like really good drummer. So.
And how close do those guys live to you?
Charles lives like an hour away, but JD lives several hours away. So we've gotten together a couple of times, and But the thing is, it worked out. It just kind of gelled, kind of clicked pretty quickly, So we got a lot done in like 2 practices, but they weren't like 1 hour practices. Both times we practiced like 4 or 5 fucking hours. So
it's got a lot of shit accomplished in the one time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's me. I want to be fucking productive. I don't want to fucking just dick around at practice and hey, what's going on and this and that, and let me take. Nah, fuck that. We're here to fucking do something and
get something done. Be productive.
Get shit done, because I'm not going to drive. I'm not going to drive an hour to practice just to fuck off.
No, I hear you. 100%.
Especially at $5 a gallon.
Yeah, is that what it is in Texas too? 5?
Yeah, it's pretty damn close. Yeah.
Oh, it's even. It's not even. If it's like under. It's under
like,
5.
460 something maybe.
Oh, see, that's better than here. Here, literally, it's 5.
Oh, this is a guy. Teddy Tommy's the one that sent you the vinyl.
Yep, yes, you did, brother. And I got it.
Cool, dude.
Yeah, that's fucking all. Yeah,
I sent you the silver one, I think.
Send me silver. I got that's one because he said in the comments like, "Oh shit, I didn't know if Francisco said you already sent you one," and I was like, "Well, now I got the black and the color."
Cool. Yeah,
so,
you got both of them. Yeah.
Because it's definitely, dude, it's definitely my favorite thing, demo-wise, to come out in years, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, I probably listened to 7-inch now probably about 15 times.
That's cool, man. Yeah.
So I thought it was absolutely great. Yeah, all 3 songs, absolutely great.
Hell yeah. Let me see. There was something else here that somebody just dying to fucking. Somebody asked about suicidal tendencies. Has anybody asked you about that? What do you think of
I kind
Suicidal
of have. I
Tendencies?
mean, so I've never really. I mean, I know their first album shit is classic. I'll give you a little, I guess, kind of a funny story about them, though. The first time I kind of heard, I mean, I always knew the name, but in the early days of Hell, so we were already moved out of our parents' house. It was with me, Eric, and Chase living in just a house together, the three of us. So I'm probably about 21, 22 at this time. And I never heard Suicidal Tendencies or really seen them. Never seen what they looked like, whatever. I just knew they were kind of like a hardcore crossover band that I never checked out, nothing, right? And we got, I think it was a live CD or a bootleg CD. We got them in stock. And I was the one back then doing partially the receiving. Chase would kind of like open up the packs, make sure everything's in there, and he would put it online. But I did I was the one that cased all the CDs up. I would do the scans, search for descriptions, etc. And when I was casing up those CDs, I'm like, what the fuck I mean, what are we selling? Limp Bizkit over here? I'm like, who are these fucking wiggers? I was like, this was the biggest fucking homeboy looking shit I've ever seen. Dude, there's these sports jerseys and gold necklaces.
Oh,
and
man.
Chase like, oh, well, I was like, yeah, I know, I thought the same thing. But he's like, yeah, I know it's the old, classic band. I was like, I agree, classic. I've heard that too. But what the fuck me dead? Why the fuck do they look like this? I was like, this straight up looks like cornerless Limp Bizkit, like 100%. And I guess that's just their kind of, you do more research. That's kind of their shtick or whatever. But I was like, but so the first time, my first visual of them, I was like appalled. I was like, what the fuck are we stocking this for?
Shit. Hey, have you ever thought about doing a live episode on your channel?
You know what? People keep asking me that. And I don't, first off, I don't know how to do it. That's one. Two, I would have no problem doing it, but it would be literally exactly the same. Other than people can ask questions because, as you know, to this day, dude, I still don't edit shit and stuff like that. And I kind of looked at it like I wanted to. And our girl that works here, Taylor, the receiving girl, she sent me some software and stuff. And I was getting a little frustrated looking into it, trying to figure it out. And I'm just kind of like, again, I want to keep my promise of doing a video every single day for at least a year straight. And I know if it starts involved doing fucking bullshit that I don't want to have to do. Yeah. I'm gonna get swayed from wanting to do it very quickly. So what I do, getting point of the live, I was like, I hit record, literally press record on my laptop. There's no take 1, take 2, take 3 ever. This is what the fuck you get if I stumble over my words or if I say something wrong. It's funny, I go back and listen to some videos after. I'm like, fuck, I got the wrong name. I was listening to my King Diamond once. Somebody asked, and I called the last King Diamond out, For God Your Soul, like Punch and Stench.
Yeah.
When it's For God Your give me your soul, please, right?
For God Your Soul, for me your flesh, yeah.
Correct. And I was just like, yeah, the King Diamond album, For God. So I mean, little miswordings like that. I go back and it's like, let's not call it. That's Punch and Stench. It's Give Me Your Soul, Please. That's the last King Diamond album. That's what I was referring to. Anyways, so little things like that. I'm like, that's what's recorded. It's in there.
It happens.
So the live, but I'm saying the live would be the same. I was like, because it would just have to be hit record. The only difference is they'd be able to interact live.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is a good
you'd be seeing the exact same shit. It'd be exactly the same. It's like, I'm not re-recording this shit. I'm just flat out not.
Here, this is a good question. Any industrial accidents ever happen in the warehouse? You ever cruise the pallet jack around?
Luckily, no. Thankfully, no. The closest was just the roof leaks before the meth heads and fucking 216. God, I know y'all some Soulfly in there. That guy came down to fix the roof. That's what I came from, the roof leaks. They were the roofers.
That's why everybody fucking mentioned. I've had, because I posted something earlier, like online. Hey, send some questions, and there was shit about Soulfly. I'm like, why the fuck are y'all asking about Soulfly?
Oh, you didn't hear that? So you didn't hear that story, dude?
I guess not.
That? Oh, I told the story on my thing. So yeah, this guy. There was about 4 or 5 guys fixing the roof, dude, and they look like complete fucking meth heads, complete motherfucking meth heads, right? And anyways, the one guy who was the most annoying because he wanted to fucking chat, he comes down and he's fucking clearly he's got like 2 teeth in his mouth. I'm not even exaggerating. He totally looks like a fucking meth head. He wants to chit chat, shit like that. He's got no shirt on, which because it's the middle of summertime and he's on a fucking roof, so understandable. But big across his chest, he's got 216, which is the Cleveland area code.
Uh-huh.
And that automatically, anything that screams 110%, you don't even speak. I know you're a complete fucking douche canoe. There's no even maybe about it. So I can see that. And then he comes and he's always like, he's looking around or whatever. He's like, oh man, I know y'all have some Soulfly in here. So that's where that came from.
Oh shit.
Right.
That's funny. Oh, there's
And it's him saying that, I'm like, just looking at you, that's exactly what I would expect you to ask about Soulfly, Mushroom Head, Corn, Limp Bizkit, Slipknot, all that. So I was like, Full Chamber. I was like, yeah, that's what I would expect. One of those bands to come out of your mouth. And did you ever? I don't even know how many of my videos you even watch. You just sprout because I'm like, dude, did you ever read the comments? Remember I bring up like Pantera and Slipknot? Dude, there's a lot of guys in the comments. They're like appalled. They're like one guy. What do you mean you don't consider Slipknot metal? What are you gonna say next? Pantera isn't? Like just the audacity. Like I'm just like, dude, what do you? I mean, because I don't need to explain it to you. You know exactly why the fuck I'm laughing.
Yeah.
But it's just like, but dude, they're saying it with a straight fucking face.
Hold on. This is for the fucking guy. This is for the fucking Soulfly guy right here.
Poser alert.
Well, it's not a joke when it comes to that guy.
yeah, exactly. Or this one. This is my new favorite.
Oh!
Fucking nice. But that's
I'm surprised you didn't hear the Soulfly stories. Like I said, I told him my channel.
No, I watch them. I watch them, and sometimes I like read the comments, but you know, it's always like, hey, what do you think of fucking this new album or whatever? I'm like, I don't want to fucking, you know.
I hear you. Yeah. No, some of them do. Yeah, that's why. Which is good. It's a good thing. It's kind of a good problem to have. There's definitely to the point where some questions I just skip over, because I at least have an abundance of them. Before, when I first started, I was just reading every question because I wasn't sure how much material I would have. Now I'm skipping over some of those. I was like, either A, I haven't heard this, B, it's a one-word answer, or just nothing interesting. I was like, I'm only going to read off the ones that I kind of feel like I'm going to have something to say or elaborate. Otherwise, this is you know what I mean. There's no reason to read it off.
Yeah. So. That's that's true. I wonder how they find but it might be the fucking the algorithm thing working or whatever. Maybe that's how they find your channel.
I like it though, man, because number one, it gives like I said, more the controversy in a sense, or debate, if you want to call it that. And if nothing else, show them some fucking real metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me see.
Now, granted, if they're a grown ass man, assuming they're not 15 years old, and they're too fucking stupid to fucking not have figured it out by now, then they're a lost cause. Because again, like you know the line, right? What's heavier than Pantera? You know that line, right?
somebody fucking put that on here. I think it was fucking.
Because dude, that's one of the lines. A guy literally said that to Craig, point blank to his face. Because Craig's like, he's like, oh, you like metal, dude? He's like, so you like bands like Pantera and stuff? Craig's like, oh no, I like heavier stuff than that. He's like, dude, he's shocked. He's like, what's heavier than Pantera? And Craig's like, lots of stuff. So, but I mean, if a grown man, like let's say he's 30 years old or plus, if he's legitimately asking that, to me, he's just a lost cause. It's like, because dude, like, what the fuck? Like Morbid Angel, Deicide, Cannibal Corpse, Suffocation, those bands aren't big. So it's not like they are hard to stumble across. It's like, you didn't even try. Like, what do you mean, what's heavier than Pantera? Now, maybe you wouldn't like those bands, that's fine. But to say it with sheer audacity that you can't even figure it out, like, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, what do you mean? It's not like this shit's hard to find, especially nowadays with YouTube and stuff. You don't even gotta pay. So
you fucking kids can look cool by fucking finding some demo from fucking 89 or whatever.
So my whole point of the argument is I don't really care that you think fucking Pantera is the heaviest thing and you like them. Whatever. I don't really give a fuck. It's just the sheer audacity of stupidity that you're literally saying that with a straight face. Like, it's easy to find out now, man. Like, there's no excuse. You're just, at this point, quite frankly, you're just a fucking retard. I mean, I gotta call it like it is. You know, straight up fucking Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Speaking of fucking Forrest Gump, I had my buddy Fraser like comments on your videos often or whatever.
Oh, I see him. Yeah.
And Kurt Brennan, the owner of Sound Exchange.
He's the guy. He plays. They play soldiers. I have to manually place his wholesales all the time.
Yeah, he's the one. He asked the question. He goes, if Fraser moved to Ohio, what state would you immediately move to?
I guess my game plan, Vegas, which is my end game plan. I'm hoping to move to Vegas probably in the next 10 to 15 years. Is the game plan.
Vegas?
Yeah.
I got a friend that lives there. So
Yes, I've been to several places, and it's definitely my favorite I've ever been to, without a doubt. Yeah.
Damn. Would have guessed Vegas. I would have guessed somewhere like, I don't know. Fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, I like it there for several different reasons, but I'm not a guy like some people like places like Montana, Colorado. I'm not a big outdoorsy guy where it's like 30 minutes to get to the grocery store. Now I know some people prefer that. Like for example, my dad is a person that would. I never liked that. I don't want to be I don't want to be bombarded with people like in New York City or anything like that. But I want civilization. I want like if I want to get a fucking hamburger and it's like middle of midnight, I want it to be 2 minutes away. I don't want to have to fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I like convenience, and I like to be around fucking civilization. Now, if there's a show or something like that, it's not a major haul. But I mean, it's each their own. You know what I mean? But yeah, I absolutely loved it out there. You know, Florida was pretty nice too, but Florida has a lot of downsides. I hate the humidity, and also too is I wouldn't want to have property there because you got to worry about every 5 to 6 years natural catastrophes, the hurricanes. So that's a deal breaker for me. I was like, well, what? So it's like if I buy a house here and some property, is it going to be fucking knocked the fuck down 10 years from now? I was like, that's what the fuck? That's no good. So little things like that. And Vegas kind of hits all spots to where I think it kind of checks all the check boxes too.
Yeah, my buddy Kerry, he's the one that lives there. He said the weather is awesome over there. I don't know. I've heard it.
Because people say it's fucking hot as fuck and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, in the summertime, but I was like in winter and shit, it gets cold. You look at it, was it like high 30s, low 40s? I was like, so that's bearable. You don't have to deal with this stupid ass snow shit. So that's out. I was like, quite frankly, I'm not an outdoors guy anyway. I'll be in my house in the air conditioning, and everything out there is AC'd. All the casinos, all the restaurants, all the events, everything's completely AC'd. And I don't even mow my own grass. I hire someone to do that. So my yard work. So I was like, I'm never out. I'm not, that part doesn't concern me. I was like, and I'll be dealing with less BS because, like myself, every fucking year when it's snowing like a motherfucker here, not only do I have to pay someone to plow my driveway, but the fucking just driving on the roads, you have to deal with it no matter what. It fucking sucks. Yeah. So
you're gonna go to that fucking pawn shop, that famous pawn shop in Vegas. It's punch those fucking people for me while you're there.
Oh, I don't know. Where's that at?
That fucking what's that? There was a TV show about some pawn shop, Pawn Stars or something like that.
Is it on the strip or is it on the old strip or?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Fraser. Speaking of dorks, Fraser wants to know: are you going to any shows? Any shows coming up?
Sure am, brah. Tuesday, fucking Deceased and the Accused, and King just texted me
nice.
Today. Yeah, nice. King just texted me today. He wants to come down to the shop Tuesday before the show.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so hopefully I'll get something on video.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You should get some footage of that.
Yeah, I'll have Lindsay record something and I'll post on my YouTube channel. I don't know if it'll be here in the shop or it'll be at the show because I kind of know how King works. I already asked him what time it'll be. Coming from Rochester, brother. Hard to say. I'm like, well, that already means that I'll probably be gone because I know how that works. And so it's probably like I'll hit you up at the show. It's like maybe somebody will be down here to let you in if you want to look around the shop. That's fine. I was like, but I'm not. Well, because what it is like, so I'm going to the show. It's on a Tuesday night, which, mind you, is already a very inconvenient day for me. But which is fine. I'm definitely going to go. I love Deceased and Seeing the Accused. I think they're doing the whole first album. Is that what they said they're doing, or just first 2 album songs, something like that, something cool. So I definitely want to go. But I got to work that day. Then I'll go to the gym. Then I'll have dinner. It'll be time for the fucking show. So I'm not going to have time to dick around. Now, if he's coming up at noon and I'm here at the warehouse working, fine, no problem. But if he's like, I'll be down there at 6 o'clock, that don't work for me, bro. I'll be at the gym and I got to fucking shower. I got to eat and stuff before I come to the show. I got shit I got to get done. You know what I mean? To make it to the show or whatever, it starts at 8 o'clock or whatever. So I have a feeling he's going to be showing up more like so in the evening. I'm like, that's fine, that's cool. But I was like, I won't be here. But again, if he shows up at 1 o'clock or so, cool, then I'll be here.
Hell yeah. Sherm says he'll shovel your driveway for LPs.
Hey, that's great, bro. You local? Make sure you do a good job too. I like it salted too. I like my driveway to look like a fucking pretzel.
Yeah, my buddy says you save money on water for not having a landscape in fucking in Vegas.
Yeah, I kind of I figured that because there's like no grass in Vegas, right? For the most part, I wasn't really, but I didn't know if some of the yards did. I know if people planted it and they just water it. I mean, I know there's not when you're driving to the strip or shit like that, but I didn't know if some of the houses and people plant grass and just have sprinklers and shit. I've never really been in the houses and shit, so I wasn't sure how that worked. Yeah,
I saw the Accused. I was like, shit, I was 16, man.
Really?
fucking 90, 91, and they fucking ruled.
I've never actually seen them.
Oh yeah, they're actually the Accused AD band. They played here recently, and they were great.
Well, I was good. That even that good. See, because when they did all that reunion stuff with us, I was like, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
But
no, they're good live. They put on a good show.
Yeah, but the first 2 albums I think are fucking great.
Oh, dude, the Accused is like fucking top, fucking one of the top favorite bands.
Super fucking original band too, and really, honestly, to this day,
there's only one. There's only one.
Nobody sounds like them.
Nobody.
Yeah, like that's
one of my absolute favorite fucking bands of all time. I
didn't even know that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So, dude, what's your favorite album? What's your favorite album? More Fun Than That? Overcast Funeral?
No, it's probably the first one or the first one. I listened to the first one. I like More Fun. A lot of people seem to like that one, but that's not like
that's the first one I heard.
It's not my favorite one, but I like Martha Splatterhead's Mad Stories also. But Return of Martha Splatterhead is just like fuck.
Yeah.
The first album is like it's ridiculous how good that band was.
Yeah.
But yeah, Return of Martha Splatterhead. Look, my buddy Carl, his band played with the Accused in '87.
Fuck.
That rules. Yeah.
All old fucking devils on this.
Yeah, Carl. Yeah, Carl. Carl's in actually one of my fucking current favorite bands, and Pious Levis. They fucking rule.
What is it called? Pious what?
Pious Pious. Levis Levus. It's like
I don't know.
Total like evil metal, like Necrovore and shit like that. It rules. I like.
It's funny you say it because who really sounds like that, like Necrovore? And it's that like.
Actually, he said, well, they're coming out with a split album with a band called Omega Vortex. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
I've heard that name, Omega Vortex.
He says they're like Necrovore, like worship.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
So there's a split LP coming out, Omega Vortex and Pious Levis. It's coming out soon or whatever.
Oh, okay. Oh, sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the Accused, man, fuck yeah. But yeah, I like, they did one album with like another guy and another singer. I was like, whatever. But
that's exactly the stuff with a different singer. I'm like, I didn't really care.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah. Let me see. There's fucking more questions here, but the fucking comments are going by that I'm missing them. Scott Carroll. Where the fuck is Scott Carroll? I told that bastard that I was doing the show today.
I haven't seen Scott comment on any of my videos. I don't know if Scott watches my shit anymore.
He probably does.
Not that I'm heartbroken or whatever. I'm to be honest, I'm kind of surprised anyone watches my stuff. I mean, I'm glad.
He was at Maryland. I couldn't believe he left his fucking couch to go to fucking Maryland.
Did you hear about all the Maryland stories? Like, did you hear Will Romer got fucking kicked out?
Oh, dude, yeah. There's a.
What was that all about? You got to fight over what?
There's a fucking video of him like fucking like fighting with like I'd say fighting, but they were like arguing with security guys because they thought he was just some fucking regular Joe or whatever.
But I mean, like, what did he get all pissed about? Like, just kind of.
Well, they wouldn't let him in. He's like, I'm fucking playing, I'm in the fucking band or whatever.
But he probably could have solved it calmly. Like, didn't he have a pass or what I mean? Like,
but this is fucking Will Romer we're talking about,
I know that about him, but at 55 years old, I figured he might have calmed down a little bit by now.
I guess not. I guess Poland didn't teach him a fucking.
Yeah. You know that story on the Poland shit when he got arrested.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. But also I heard. Now I heard from people that were there that like he was like punching like people or whatever. Like I don't know if in the venue or whatever, but fucking Will Romer was just throwing blows out there. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll be seeing him coming soon, September. They're playing here, and I'll definitely be there.
Yeah, I saw they played here at the end of last year, and we got to see him with the drum machine, but it was still brutal as fuck.
Oh, okay. Did you talk to Will or Roger or anything?
Yeah, I talked to Will a little bit, and I did a little short episode with Roger. Roger's cool as fuck.
Oh yeah, Roger's funny.
Yeah, he freaked me out. He goes, "Yeah, dude, I watch your fucking videos." I'm like, "What? You do?" Goes, "Oh yeah." So, he's like, "All right, cool." He's like, "Yeah."
Right. Dude, that's honestly that's my reaction when anyone tells me that first time. I watch your videos. What the fuck, dude? People like my family and shit, like not like people you'd expect either. Not that you know. But like people that have nothing to do with the metal scene whatsoever watch my videos and shit. I'm like, really? Like, why? I mean, I guess it's cool. Keep the views coming, bras. But like, I'm kind of like, don't understand. I was like, do you even understand half the shit I'm even talking about? Like, I know you don't know. Like for example, I'm talking about people they don't even know who Necrophore is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, why? Like, why? And they watch them every day. I'm like, I find it kind of weird, but kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh, this Fraser. Do people recognize you like out there? Do they know about Hells like in the area or whatever?
I mean, not walking to Walmart, no, but I mean, walking to a show, yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime I go to a show, yes, there's definitely always somebody that knows who I am there, always.
This guy said
that's any show. That's if I go out of town too. If I was to go to Maryland, for sure, people know who I am. Anytime I went out of town, but that's been like that for a while. But no, not walking in Home Depot or something. Fuck, nothing like that.
Pull up to the fucking yeah. Craig Life said he actually watched Will get kicked out of the soundstage. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and I heard somebody fucking killed himself too with the thing, jumped off of the building.
Yeah, dude. Scott told me he was like he didn't see it, but he was like across the street or whatever.
So Don was telling me Don wasn't there because he was on his way up, but the drummer of Nunslaughter, Joe, he landed right in front of his fucking feet, like body, right in front of him. Now that could be a Don exaggeration because he's kind of known for doing that, but he was pretty serious when he said it. He's like, yeah, Joe was traumatized.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was like, oh, so he jumped off the building. I was like, because when I heard he killed himself, I figured he probably just, overdosed on heroin or shot himself or slit his wrist, something like that in the parking lot. I didn't realize he jumped off one of the high-ass buildings.
He jumped off the fucking building, yeah. Oh, Harold. I actually met Harold in person. His band played in Houston, and we talked for a while. Really cool fucking dude. He's living in Florida now, but he's asked, did you ever see the band Apartment 13?
No, I always known about it. I mean, isn't that the? Do you know the name? The reason for the name?
Yeah, that's the Dahmer apartment, right?
Yeah, okay, I did. Okay, exactly. No, just Jim always talking about it. I believe didn't Kanye record something with them, and they did a split session.
Yeah, they did Schnauzer, I think, right?
Yeah, something like that. So I just kind of heard of stuff, and I remember Jim always talking about them. But to be honest, if I heard them now, it'd be a totally new listen. I don't even. If you were to say, "Do you like Apartment 213?" It's one of those bands I don't even remember, and I didn't know what I heard. I was like, in fact, I might even own a split 7-inch, maybe one with Schnauzer.
I think I have one or two, and I don't remember.
I don't even remember. I was like, it'd be a totally new listen, but I know exactly who they are and everything, about them. But I definitely never seen them now.
Yeah, Dylan, no, I don't. But this is not about me. I hate a lot of shit, but I like a lot of shit too.
Yeah, I'm the same. I just like a lot of stuff, and I like a lot too. But
yeah, John Lincoln. There's another older guy from your neck of the woods.
He comments on all my shit all the time, and he's a
Parma guy.
Well, dude, he's yet to fucking answer. I've asked. I was like, have you ever met me then in person?
There you go, all my videos. John Lincoln. Yeah, have you ever met Justin?
Yeah, because I mean, if he's from Parma and he still goes to shows, he's had to have fucking seen me.
Yeah, he was telling me he was good friends with fucking
Kanye and Dwayne and Dora.
Yeah,
and all those guys.
Fucking Seraphic Decay guy, like really good friends.
Yeah, he told me stories about those too. Yeah, not personally, he tells me on the channel. So him and I kind of interacted back and forth. Yeah. Me reading off his questions and him answering kind of what my questions for him. But I kind of asked, I was like, yeah, so have we ever met, man? I was like, I assume we had to have. I mean, there's times I've gone to like Jim Lapucci, he's from Solus and shit. I've gone to a couple parties of his, and there's a bunch of other Parma guys. I mean, this is years ago, but still, I was like, I've been at tons of events in the Parma scene, and
he said he's met Chase only.
Oh man, you met the lame one. You got to meet the cool guy.
Hey, are you going to fucking? Maybe he's going to. Are you going to Deceased and Accused?
Tuesday night. Tuesday night, man. June 21st.
Yeah, next fucking Tuesday.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there. Yeah, 100%. I'll definitely be there. So if he's gonna be at that, I mean, just look out for me, bro. Oh, and I'm actually going to a show Friday too. This Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Bewitcher and Wraith at the Foundry. I'll be at that. My buddy Tommy from Redefining Darkness is putting that out, and I think both those. I'm not a huge fan of either bands, but I think they're both solid. Good. I think they're both solid, good bands, but they're not like. I'm not going to run out and buy everything that they have. You know what I mean? But they're good, solid shit. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Oh, Theseus asked something earlier, but I don't think Justin's ever been to fucking Houston before.
The closest I've been to, I don't remember if it was Houston or if it was where it was last year when I went to go see my sister-in-law. We flew into Texas.
Oh, okay.
So I was just in the airport, and it might have been Dallas, it might have been Houston, I don't remember, but just the airport. But I got the vibe just being there. I don't know what it is, even just in an airport, that I have a feeling that I would like Texas. Maybe not all parts. I'm sure some parts are a shithole. I just get the vibe I would kind of like it there. I don't know what it is.
He had asked earlier because him and Fraser are like big new wave of British heavy metal. He wanted to know if there's any like new wave of British heavy metal bands you like.
As far as like what, current or old or what?
Like just anything, yeah. Like fucking Angel Witch or Diamond Head and shit like that, Because those guys are like they're like into that shit heavily. I don't even know how.
The obvious ones. I mean, some people throw Venom in that category. Do you put Venom in that category?
Yeah, they fucking blew everybody away, but yeah, they definitely are.
Venom, Motorhead. I like the first two Tank albums a lot. You put them in that category, right?
Yeah.
First two Tanks. I actually just listened to those in the shop recently too. Now newer bands. Would you consider a band like I just see a lot of the shit I just considered heavy metal. Because I'm like, what the fuck's the difference between new wave of British heavy metal and fucking heavy metal? I was like, yeah, I just listen to heavy metal, but whatever. Would you consider a band like Savage Master, for example, even as a U.S. new band? Is that considered that style, new wave of British heavy metal? I don't fucking know. If it is, I like them. As a fucking newer band, should throw out somebody that's not as, you know what I mean, always brought up because Motorhead. Just talking about Venom, Motorhead, and even Tank, it's kind of like, yay, who hasn't heard of that? You know what I mean? Who doesn't? To me, it's kind of like that's just a given. Who doesn't like those? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Scott. Yeah, Venom is black metal, but they are black fucking metal band. But they were around at the same time, and they just fucking blew everybody out of the.
What do you consider? What do people consider like the first three, especially the first album, Running Wild?
I mean,
what do you consider that?
King Fowley has, since you brought him up, Running Wild used to be called a death metal band. Like when they first.
They were on the death metal comp.
Yeah, I have that.
It was Hellhammer, Running Wild.
Who else was on
Dark
that?
Avenger.
Yeah, I have it right here, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I have a bootleg CD of it. No names mentioned who put it out. I may or may not know the person. Who the fuck's the other band? Actually, I love that split a lot. I've listened to it a million times. But I can't think of it. But the Running Wilds, Bones to Ashes is on there and shit's quite great. I mean, I just consider that like kind of like heavy metal or whatever. But if somebody was, somebody's to throw that out, I'm excited. The reason I bring them up is because I love Running Wild, and Gates of Purgatory is probably like, I mean, it's definitely up there in my type of favorite albums.
I have two categories. It sucks or it's good. That's it.
That's how I look at shit nowadays. Because I like a mix. I like a band across everything from grindcore to heavy metal to thrash metal to black metal to death metal. So kind of that's I same thing. Kind of it sucks or it's good. Yeah.
Somebody called the Thy Feeble Savior album like Blackened Crust something. Like, what the fuck is that? Shut the fuck up with us.
It's funny because in my channel I kind of was talking about that too. I'm like, I was talking about speed metal and shit. I'm like, I kind of discard that term. I was like, because it's getting a little carried away. I was like, because you put like, for example, a band that be considered like a speed metal, Exciter. You put that next to Whiplash. I'm like, there's not that big of a fucking difference. I was like, back in the day when there was classic rock, tons of bands sounded drastically different, from Led Zeppelin to the Eagles to Van Halen to fucking AC/DC. They sounded drastically different, but there wasn't like, there wasn't all these subgenres for classic rock. It was just classic fucking rock. Yeah, bands are supposed to sound different. They're not supposed to sound the goddamn same. So anyways, I mean, I get the difference between, thrash metal, death metal, growling vocals, shit like that. But I get that. But I mean, it was getting to the point where I'm like you say, crusty, fucking black and dark and black. I'm like, what the fuck is that then? Now it's just getting confusing.
That's just nerd shit.
Yeah, it's like, now I'm just getting confused. Like, what the fuck? To me, I just have a few categories. I have death metal, black metal, thrash metal, heavy metal, and I guess even grindcore is about as far as I go. After that, it's kind of like that's all you need. Five subgenres.
Goatman wanted to know if you're going to Into the Darkness Fest.
Yes, I am. I have my tickets and I have my hotel.
There you go.
Well, me and Lindsay will both be there, and I'm planning on getting some footage with Macabre, hopefully. Cool. It's going to be maybe not weird. That bagged out there. Remember me or care because I've kind of hung out with those guys a couple of times. So getting something on camera off the cusp, I'm thinking something. But I'm probably going to bring an LP or two to sign to kind of break the ice, and sign it and try to get everything recorded and post on YouTube.
Yeah.
But because I'm a huge Macabre fan, and they headline one of the nights.
Do you like the band Root?
You know, it's funny. So somebody recently asked that, and in my mind, I always thought Root was just junk, but I never like listened to them. The only thing I ever heard, which was much later, was a split 7-inch with the band from who's great is Atomizer from Australia.
Yeah.
They did a split 7-inch with them, and I love Atomizer. Put on the Root side, and I'm like, this fucking blows ass. And I never listened to anything. I never listened to anything since. But somebody was telling me oh, J-DAWG, you're missing out. The first album shit's great. It very well may be, and honestly, that's my own ignorance, and I should probably check them out. But it was just that was the taste they left in my mouth, so I just never thought to check them out. You know what I mean? But what's the first album? Is that Hell Symphony?
I'm not that familiar with that band. Yeah,
so I will. It is in my when I stumble across it again in the shop or whatever, or when I'm thinking of it, and if I see an early album, Hell Symphony's got to be at least an early album. If it's not the first one, I will definitely put it on the player.
I don't know what the fuck this is about, but Pickle always comments on your videos, and Justin always says, "Pickle, goddamn it, is that your real name?"
Yeah, and he never lets me know. I did ask a few times. He's responded since, but he never answered that question.
There you go. Is he here? Are you here? Stand up.
Pickle.
Yep. Shit. Corporate, man, everybody in Macabre rules. Everyone, all three of those fucking guys, and they've been going since 86, and they're still fucking going. Same three guys.
Still going, same three guys, and yeah, all three guys are super fucking cool.
Yep. Have you guys done anything with Macabre?
Yeah, we did the Dahmer LP reissue. We did double LP color vinyl and a double pic. There's only 100 double picture discs, and that's probably what I'm going to bring for them to sign. Because Dahmer is probably my favorite. Dahmer probably is my favorite Macabre release. And that we put it out, and that there's only 100 double picture discs, comes with an outer gatefold cover. It's kind of like nostalgia value, my favorite. I'll have them bring that. Part of it's because I want to. It's like I feel kind of like a nerd having them sign it because we released them, we dealt business with them, I met them several times, but not to sound overly morbid or a Debbie Downer. Let's call it like it is, man. People are dropping like flies, and everybody's getting older too. Those guys aren't no spring chickens. So even if they make it 10, 20 years, I kind of like because I've met several people now, man, especially in the bodybuilding world. Like, tons of people do. I got my pictures with and shit like that. And like Doc from Bader, they're all fucking dead now, man. So I kind of like looking back and having shit signed and photos of them and like just to say that I did it. And like you got the fucking none of this poser shit, not making up no poser stories. Like I actually did it, have the evidence. Here it is. Not that anybody gives a fuck, but I just like to have for myself. You know what I mean? Say I been there, did that. Before I fucking reach my demise. You know what I mean? So nothing else. That's nothing else. That's what I want. Just like I'm actually going to do the same when Mortician plays here. I'm going to probably bring the first pressing of the Hacked Up for Barbecue LP we brought out, and I'll have Will and Roger sign that for the same. I have all my Mortician CDs signed from when I was a kid, but that's probably the very first Mortician Hacked Up for Barbecue pressing we did. Is one of my favorite. That was the very first video I ever did, showing that on camera. There's just 100 blue vinyls, and it's one of my favorite LPs in the collection, and was just super happy to work with the time as the first. Besides the split live release with Flesh Grind, that was the first LP we did by Mortician. So fuck it, I'd like both guys to sign it again before they kick the bucket. You know what I mean? Because God only knows. It could be today, it could be 30 years from now. But I like to say I did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah.
And it's a nice icebreaker too. Kind of like, hey, Will, remember me? We haven't spoke in 15 years in person. I talked to him in emails and shit. He's not going to recognize me because if you see me 15 years ago, dude, I don't look anything alike.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, hey, this is Justin Hells Headbangers. Like, I just kind of stand there with my dick in my mouth, fucking like staring at him. And I say, hey, sign my album because I want to get it on camera too. You know what I mean? That way, it's like some interaction to get on recording. So it's kind of an icebreaker too. So it's partially that too. So it's kind of a combined reason of doing it. But yeah, it's kind of dorky at this point. Like, what the fuck? I mean, having another grown man signing my shit. It's not like it's Elvis Presley, and it's not like you haven't met him. So.
You talking about this?
Yeah. That was the second time. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Even those times I had them sign all my shit. So all my CDs and stuff to this day are all signed. But no LPs by them are signed because no LPs at that time existed. You know what I mean? Because so I would have been 16 then, and then Hacked Up for Barbecue. I'm almost positive because I remember looking at it when I showed it on video. The spine I think says 2005 that came out, and in 2005 I would have been 20 years old. So that was 4 years after that photo that the first LP came out.
Yeah. Yeah, I just remember that. Yeah, Will does look exactly the same, but Will was probably old. He was old then.
Yeah.
Well,
he has no hair now though, right?
No, he does, I think.
Because I can't tell if it's so thin and he just keeps it tied back, or unless
he just ties it back. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't tell because I've seen photos. I'm like, I can't tell if he just ties it back and it's so thinned out where you can't tell, or if it's actually cut. So, yeah, I wasn't sure on the case.
Yeah. Oh, is that a Thor's hammer necklace you were wearing in that photo?
No, you know what? Actually, that might have been Unlord, the band we're talking about. I had an Unlord necklace back. See, I knew what was up even back then before Hells was even did work with them. So yeah, no poser shit over here. Just trying to sales pitch you, goddammit. I was a big fan back then, but back then I was wearing necklaces. I had a Dark Funeral one, an Unlord, a Cannibal Corpse, an Obituary, a Morbid Angel.
Here's
one or two other two.
Oh yeah, some more questions from I think this is from like Facebook shit. Let me see. Where's it at, Goat Man? Oh well, I'll get to this one. Abhorrent Spawn 666. Why do you think bands like Monstrosity and Malevolent never became as successful as bands like Cannibal and Morbid Angel?
You know what? That's a really good question. And the thing is I honestly believe, and I've said this in a few different settings, I think some of this shit is luck of the draw. You do got to work and stuff like that, but a lot of it's luck of the draw, right place, right time. I mean, because let's call it like it is, man. There's some bands blowing up. I keep using them as examples, so I really don't want to sound like I'm ragging on this band. It's just they pop in my mind because they're obviously blowing up fast, and they're doing this tour of Soulfly. This new death metal band, they're here from Cleveland, 200 Stab Wounds. They're blowing up, and they got offered a tour of Soulfly. It's like, why them though? Like, it doesn't suck by no means. I put it on. They covered Carcass. I believe they did Rupture to Perulas, which I thought was fucking cool. I was like, oh, cool. You know what I mean? I didn't think it sucked at all. I think it's cool that kids are getting like the 90s style death metal. But at the end of the day, it was nothing special. So let's say they blow up and get huge. Why? It was for example, you just said you listened to New Church of Disgust. It was no better or worse than that, just kind of personal preference. It wasn't like, Church of Disgust is kind of super mediocre, but this is so amazing, or vice versa. You know what I mean? Because you can make the argument, Monstrosity is better than Cannibal Corpse, or Malevolent Creation is better. It's like they both are writing pretty solid quality songs. It's either you're a fan of it or you're not. You know what I mean? So why do so many people over one like the other? Part of it is luck of the draw. Like I said, another part of it too is I truly believe that's what's going on more than ever, especially with social media. Hate to say it, dude, but 80% of the scene, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. They're kind of, in a sense, posers.
Bring us down.
the posers and trend followers, to where they're truly not into music for the most part. It's more so kind of a rebellious act, or just a be into something different to stand out. And 10 years from now, they won't even be into it. So you can't look cool or fit in. Let's say this is like, in a sense, for lack of better terms, you're in kind of like a gang, right? You can't be part of the cool club or the gang if you're mentioning bands no one else is talking about. So if you bring up Shed the Skin, and people are like, oh, I never really heard Shed the Skin. Who cares about Shed the Skin? But you bring up 200 Stab Wounds, and every fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry is talking about them, liking them. Now you're in. You're cool. You're the 15-year-old. Yeah, I like them too. I fit in. You know what I mean? Part of it's that, 100%, because when things get talked about more and more on social media or things like that, that helps. Now, granted, some of that's going to bring true fans too, because it's awareness, and they'll check them out and like them. But it shouldn't be to that fucking degree. It's because I'm trying to fucking fit in. It's 100% what it is. But not just now. It's always been like that. I'm sure, like when people were talking about, they saw a Cannibal Corpse shirt or whatever, it was cool. That was the cool gang in the metal to be into, as opposed to Malevolent Creation. People are like, oh, I haven't heard of them. Nobody's talking about them. That ain't cool to listen to. Because at the end of the day, they're not true music fans. It's only the 20%. Right. And that's why, as you see yourself, and you've seen it more than I have because you're older, look how many guys you've seen come and go, dropped out of the scene. Fucking, they get married, they have kids, they get out of this, they sell their record collections, get out of it, just because their heart was never in it to begin with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, one of my favorite song titles. I think I told you one of my favorite song titles I ever made was "Time Reveals All Posers."
Yep. Yep. And that's in the end, and that's why a lot of it is like, why is a band like that bigger? Because it doesn't make, other than that,
it's
it makes
just
no
current.
logical sense.
It's like a timing thing and a current just.
Now it makes sense to a degree. For example, like if he was to ask a question like, why is Cannibal Corpse more popular than a band like Mortician? Then that could be more of a legitimate argument, just the music wise. Like, well, Mortician, it's really down to, there's the drum machines. It could be a little bit more standoffish and not as acceptable to people. Well, let's call it like it is. Malevolent Creation, Monstrosity are right there hand in hand as far as style and stuff like that as Cannibal Corpse. If you like them, you should like that. So it's like all these guys walking around that are like in the mainstream metal. Let's say they like Butchered at Birth or whatever, but then they never even heard Monstrosity, Imperial Doom. It's like, to me, dude, you're just a fucking poser. I mean, that's just the way I see it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know who this fucking Stab Wounds band is or whatever, but
this is another. It's fine. It's these young kids playing death metal, and it's actually I thought it was. I was entertained to listen to it. I was like, I probably wouldn't buy it, but I was like, yeah, it was an entertaining background listen in the shop. But I was like, why is this blowing over? Like, why is this more popular than Shed the Skin? Why is this more popular than Faith Extractor? Why is this more popular than Thy Feeble Savior? Why is this more popular than, Shed? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm like, not that it's because we dealt the bands or whatever. It's just like they're kind of around the same time frame. I was like, they're doing nothing like overly special that it should be blowing past just any others. You know what I mean? That are doing the same stuff.
Well, Cannibal Corpse has been touring since day one. They never stopped. That's pretty much the
part. That's the work part. I said the work ethic does come in and play. But there's bands that have done it too that aren't done equal amount of work that aren't as big, and that's where I just think the poser shit comes involved. They got to look cool, and you can't look cool if nobody in that crowd doesn't know.
Well,
you know what I mean?
This is a good point too. Kids want to see kids their age playing. That has a lot. New kids that are I don't want to see this fucking old man playing.
That's a little weird to me because I always wanted when I was a kid going to shows, watching whoever would have been Mortician, Malevolent Creation, Morbid Angel. I always wanted the band members to be older than me because I didn't want a bunch of kids into it because I'm like, I'm new to this. I was like, what the fuck do I know? So why should they be calling the shots, writing the songs and stuff? Now, granted, that's looking back, it's super fucking stupid because the music started off with as bands like Death and Possessed, they were just kids writing it. But at this time, I didn't know this because when I was going to shows, everybody was already older than me, right? So I just assumed it should be ran by adults, not a bunch of fucking young, immature. And I always kind of took my metal fucking serious, not to the sense where I'm going to go shoot up a school or anything like that. But, I didn't consider it a fucking joke or anything like that. You know what I mean? So I didn't want a bunch of immature fucking 16-year-old fucking had hair on their dick for 2 years. Calling the shots, you know what I mean?
Like with me, when I was growing up, like the bands that became like the bigger death metal bands, they were the guys like when I saw like Entombed, I was like 16 or whatever. And I remember talking to, I think, LG Petrov.
Yeah.
Dude was like 19 years old. He was only like 3 years older than me. And they're like, he's like on the other side of the world. And, everybody was, all those bands were like really fucking young at the time. But they all seemed like they were like 10 years older than me or whatever. But
dude, I thought the exact same thing. When I did the math, looking back at my adult years, a lot of guys I met, I assumed, this guy's 40 years old. It's like, he's just a few years older than you when I met him. And I didn't know that. I just assumed he's much older than me. It's like, he's a few, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just assumed, touring and shit like that on the road because I wasn't doing anything even close to that. Wasn't perfect. I wasn't really doing shit. No. So I just assumed this has got to be some grown ass fucking man.
Yeah, that's all I was. And I just remember talking like, he's like, I'm 19. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, it just blew my mind how they were all so young and like creating like just fucking timeless fucking albums,
Yep, sure did.
But they were. I don't know. I don't know if they were more mature or what, than like your average fucking 19-year-old now. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know any fucking 19-year-old. But I will say this. I went to a show recently, like it was probably a couple of weeks ago, and the majority, and I think this is like a new thing in Houston now, where like a bunch of young kids are going to shows. Dude, I never felt older in my fucking life. There was like kids were like the average kids were like 17 to like 20 or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck? Where'd all these kids come from? And you know,
Funny you say that, man.
I'm thinking, looking like they're looking at me like, who fucking brought their dad? You know, it's like I don't know. I mean, it's cool. I get, you know, it's cool, but I mean, how many of them are gonna, you know, whatever. But
just saw that the other night where it was abundantly obvious at the show Spider. Spider played here like whatever last week or the week before, and there was a good handful. They came in together. It was like a pack of like 10 kids. They're all wearing metal shirts and shit. They're like moshing up the storm and really into it. Yeah. But I'm just laughing. I was like, I've never seen these motherfuckers in my life. I'm at every show. I'm just gonna say I'm at every show. I'm at most of the shows. I was like, I've never seen these kids before. And they were young, 16, 17 and shit like that. I thought it was kind of funny.
Speaking of fucking old, hey, look who showed up.
J-DAWG's.
Are you wearing pants today?
Is Scott Carroll watching my videos today? I thought he fell off the wagon. He's like, fuck this guy. J-DAWG's wearing. He's in between. He's wearing shorts today.
There you go. Yeah, Scott was one of those like a 19, 20-year-olds, you know, when I was like 16 or whatever. You know.
Yeah, and you thought he was 40 at that time?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I thought for a lot of you guys. That's seriously what I thought. 40 and he's 22. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's fucking, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like there's just no way somebody that close to me can be, you know, touring the world or whatever.
So, dude, I definitely wonder what kids think nowadays when I actually do talk to a real 18-year-old, and I am basically 20 years older than them. I wonder what they think. Like, they just think it's so outlandish. I'm some old guy. I wonder what they think, because I'm going back to what I thought. So I don't even know, like, because I just consider myself, I don't know, just normal.
54, you old fuck. Oops.
That is an old fuck, yeah.
Man. Yeah.
So. Yeah. That's fuck. He's got you know what? I think Will Romer has him beat though. Isn't Will like 55, 56?
No idea.
The reason I say that is because I looked it up once. Actually, I was searching for that. I was searching for something else, and it showed his age. But this was a few years ago, and he was like 51 at the time. And this was a few years ago. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, is he that old? I was like, I thought he was like 46, 47. I was like, I didn't think he was in his 50s. And this was like a few years ago. So well, I think Will might have.
It's a good point, my buddy George. After the show, you can go to IHOP and get a fucking discount.
Well, why would they give me a discount? I don't get no discounts at IHOP. I wish.
Well, that's because we're fucking older. That's why. We get the fucking senior citizen discount.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately for me though, there's not an IHOP close by me. The closest one is about a 35-minute drive. About 30 minutes.
I don't see you like fucking eating IHOP very often.
I would though. I dig it, man. Man, I'm fully. I mean, I love Denny's. I like breakfast food in general: pancakes, waffles, bacon, eggs. You know what I mean? So I definitely be into it. But yeah, not too often do I. But I'd be up for it. Somebody wants to smash some pancakes, and I'm definitely up for it.
After the fucking deceased show, go take King to fucking
IHOP.
IHOP. Shit.
I'll let him pay the tab though, because what I heard of he still does is the old King method. What I heard how he used to pay the fucking restaurant bill. This is when he was teenagers, not somebody. He would literally just wait for the money, he just walk out. Like just leave. Right. Yeah, I doubt he still does as an adult, but I just noticed myself. That's how you pay the bill. I guess it's fucking on the house. Maybe I'll ask him that on camera if he still does that. Oh, no, shit, brother. I don't do that. That was 30 years ago.
Dude, the first time I had him on was like the first time he'd ever like done like I think like live shit or whatever.
Yeah,
it was fucking hilarious because all you see is like this or whatever. King, that's all you
Dude, you gotta be on the camera.
He's like, come on, hey, bro, you know. It's like,
yeah.
King rules, man.
Yeah.
King's the best. People. King's like one of those guys you love him or you hate him, and that's it.
Yeah, I've met a few people. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I don't think I've ever met anyone that hates him, but I've heard through the grapevine that there is people that do. And I've always kind of like, what do you hate about it? But now that I see it, I was like, I guess I can see it just because he's not afraid to give his opinion. And he probably gave it to somebody that pissed somebody off. And that's why they hate him. I'm like, hey, personally, I wouldn't give a shit if it's a different opinion of mine. But that's knowing how people are. I was like, that's probably what had to happen. I was like, what did you? I was like, I don't like. seems like he gets along with everybody. Like, what did you hate about him?
How many times has Cannibal Corpse been mentioned tonight? I don't know. Probably a couple times. Not an fucking
he just join in.
Hey, yeah. Scott's been fucking productive lately. I mean, I think they have like fucking 2 songs written or something like that. That's fucking amazing for them. So
ask Scott to get fucking Mike on board too. Does he watch the J-DAWG videos, and is he ever going to do a podcast? Tell him that.
I've asked Mike, and he just like ignores me. He's fuck you. He's like, fuck you.
So Scott seems to be a little bit more up to the technology and just computers in general.
That's a bit of a stretch, but when I had him on, it was like I thought it wasn't going to happen because he couldn't get his shit to work or whatever. But
no, about the vibe I'm getting, and I don't know this in person. Like I don't know those guys in person that well. I've only met them once.
Yeah.
Just the stories I'm hearing, it sounds like Scott's a little bit more upbeat. He knows how to work his phone, knows how to turn on his computer. As the Mike is almost like my dad. Dude, my dad literally doesn't know how to turn on a computer. Like he's like, how the fuck do I even turn this thing on? Like literally, like doesn't know how. Like, the fuck? You just hit the power button. Like what do you mean you don't know?
4 songs? Hell yeah.
Man.
4 Monetization songs. Them motherfuckers are
cranking.
Yeah, they are. 4 songs in fucking 4 years. Fuck.
Yeah.
I always fuck with him about that. But yeah, he's been fucking motivated.
See that? You could keep doing Cemetery, man. Do an album. You just need a song every year.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, I know. I mean, I tell him I'm fucking turning into him. I'm like, I'm starting to say, fuck this. I'll do it whenever I'm fucking good and ready.
Yeah, but I mean, if it keeps you busy and it's just a side thing you like to do for fun, no need to stress yourself out about it either.
No, fuck, no.
And then it won't be fun no more too. You know what I mean? You're going to turn into a fucking chore and just hate it and resent it.
Yeah, fuck. That's when you stop. Yeah. Mistreater, Hell's Fire, Cleveland Metal. I don't think I've heard that band.
We've gotten it in stock, and I haven't listened to it yet. But it's funny. Both my buddy Dan Murrow and Don, they saw the LPs. Like, oh, the Mistreater. I was like, yeah, it says this stuff. I was like, it looked like fucking just some geezer rock to me. It was like, oh, this stuff's great. And I forgot about it. Didn't listen to it. But yeah, we had the LPs and I saw it. And it was, when we first got them in, they were selling pretty decent. But I think we have a handful left. So I need to check it out apparently. But from what I understand, it's like, yeah, 80s style fucking shit. But Don and Dan said it was fucking great. But they tend to do that, like some stuff that I don't.
Yeah.
And I definitely like stuff that they don't. Because fucking Don of the Dead hated him some fucking God Throne. He was appalled by them. Me recommending that. Yeah. You know that story? Did you hear that video?
Somebody mentioned something about it earlier.
Yeah. Fucking no gay keyboards and death metal. He's like, keyboards?
Keyboards.
He said.
Mistreater rules. Scott likes them, so I won't. No, I'm kidding.
Well, Scott likes him, but yeah, he's also the same age as Don as well, so that makes sense.
Scott, they were fucking,
Don likes a lot of classic. I'm way more selective on that, but it's because it's their era. They're way older than me. Like Don likes a lot of classic rock too. You know what I mean? And from what I understand and from what he said, Scott does too. You know what I mean? But I mean, that makes sense. I mean, they were fucking They were 15 and 78 or so.
Yeah, like fucking 1960. They were fucking. Yeah, but no, I like some of that shit too. Maybe.
That's completely understandable.
Yeah. Don probably hates Nocturnus. Does he? I don't know.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He's like, all you need is Abominations of Desolation.
Who dethroned? Don and I were talking about how awful God dethroned. Oh, God dethroned were at MDF.
So he brought it up to Scott too, huh? Also, Scott hates some God dethroned too, huh? Yeah, dude, I love God dethroned. That's like my shit. There.
I've never heard a single fucking note. So
knowing your taste, I would not be surprised you'd like their first album, which is probably my least favorite. That's when they were kind of more of like a death metal band, sounding like Sinister and shit because they're from the Netherlands as well. But then they changed. It was kind of like more of a Black Death, and yeah, it's got some keyboards in it, but it's not like fucking Demuborg or anything. Yeah, there's some in there, but I was like, oh, whatever. But I thought they're great. But yeah, a lot of parts that are really melodic and shit like that. But tons of blast beats and no, because you hate stuff like Christian and shit like that. I don't think you like.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
So no, I don't think you.
I don't know who Witch Trap is. I think I've seen the name. Aren't they
Oh
like?
no, yeah, Witch Trap. We've done all their stuff for the most part at this point. You should check out Witch Trap, Francisco. My favorite album by them is their first full length. It's called Sorceress Bitch. I like actually everything by them.
Aren't they Colombian or something? Or?
Colombian, yeah. Their first release was Witching Metal, which was like an EP. It's very early Sodom worship, like in the Sign of Evil, Obsessed by Cruelty.
I think they've played. Have they toured like the U.S.? I think they may
have
have played
like a mini tour, like they did like a handful of dates, yeah.
Yeah,
but
right.
dude,
Fraser said they did play here. That's right.
Yeah, but Sorceress Bitch, I think that's a fucking phenomenal thrash album. That's a 10, goddammit. I don't know if it's as good as God of Throne, but it's up there.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, but yeah. So, I won't bring it up. Never mind. I was going to say something about Scott, but I'll leave it alone. God dethroned. Isn't there a God something else? I don't know. I can't.
Well, there's God Macabre.
God, yeah, I like Macabre in like demo, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's funny because God Macabre always sells them like, and I have the albums like. Exactly. I didn't think the demo was better, and I'm just like, I always thought they were like one of the boringer sweetest stuff. I was like, I like them. It's okay, but I was like, I just thought they were one of the boringer bands of the genre. But every time, maybe because it wasn't as available, every time we get anything in stock, it would like fly out the door. I'm like, I thought,
it's okay. I mean, I like the demo. It's not like, it sounds like Carnage and shit like that.
No, it definitely wasn't as good as that. No way. Like, yeah, Carnage smokes them all day, every day.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, it's all right. It's good. The Consumed by Darkness, I think, is what it was called. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think that is what it is.
Yeah. That's pretty good. You want
to hear something funny? Talk about God Dethroned. God Dethroned actually does a cover. I haven't seen they cover them.
God Dethroned does a cover of what?
Of God Macabre.
Oh, fuck.
Just a little, not that it fucking matters. Just kind of little talking about both bands, but it's kind of.
I'm trying to think if I like any bands with God in the name. Fear of God, the grindcore band. I like Fear of God a lot. This old Swiss.
Yeah, everything I heard by Fear of God, I didn't get into. I thought, aren't there songs like super short?
Yeah, they were total like noise grindcore band.
I heard something. I think it was on a.
They didn't do much.
What's that?
They didn't do a lot. They put like a 7-inch out and like a live 7-inch, and that was it.
Oh, that's live LP. I thought they did a full length at least.
They had like a live LP and live 7-inch and like a just a 7-inch. Yeah. So
okay.
But yeah, that's only God I can think of.
Those are the only ones I can think of as well. Because generally speaking, when the name God is in the title, it's pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Like obviously the biggest offender is Godsmack. That's another band that falls into the canoe category. Right, exactly. See, but but dude, literally, I could probably bring them up on the channel tomorrow, and people are like, "What do you mean? That was a pretty good band." Like, I'm kind of like, "The fuck? Like, how are you even watching my shit?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'll come up. Some fucking.
That's another one. I got to bring them up when because I'm running out of bands to rip on. When I bring them up, I'm always bring up because I forget about them. The ones I bring up that I was annoyed by was the ones that the other kind of gothic kids or people that thought they were into metal when I was in high school and middle school. And it's just I kind of forget all the ones. But Godsmack was another band. That was literally another one. I just completely was like, this is fucking over 20 years ago. I mean, or 20 years ago. I fucking kind of I don't remember exactly all of them because after high school, I never got questioned any of that crap. All that shit went to the wayside. It never got brought up since. And then from there on out, I never had MySpace or Facebook. So whatever those fucking douche canoes were talking about, I had no fucking clue. Like I literally didn't even know. Like because I just wasn't. And then very soon after high school, I mean, I did the printing industry for only 4 years, and then outside that, I was just doing Hells full time. So I wasn't around the main. You know how you're at the very least, a lot of times you're dealing with some office workers or whatever, and whether you like it or not, you got to deal with them. I wasn't in that. I didn't know what the outside public was talking about. So find myself whenever I'm talking about the shitty bands or the poser bands, I'm talking about bands. And I know a couple people said they're like, dude, you realize those bands are completely irrelevant now, right? Nobody brings them up. I'm like, hey, those are the ones I knew about. I don't know what the fuck the current shit is. I was like, whoever the equivalent is of 2022, that's who I'm referring to.
Yeah.
You're probably more clueless than I am when it comes to that.
Yeah,
shit.
I have no fucking idea.
You don't even know who God Throne is, so you're dead.
No. What's that gonna? I just fucking thought of something. Oh, can bands still like? Do you guys still take submissions, like band submissions, or if somebody wants to send you something?
We do, yeah. Just send it over. But I mean, plan for the worst, hope for the best. Because I mean, like we're booked to the gills, and if it's a brand new band, I'll just be completely honest. If it's a brand new band, it's got to be something that basically smokes our fucking socks off, or at the very least, we're like, this is pretty good, but it seems like it has the enormous amount of fucking potential for a business release. Yeah. But nothing, even if it's dog shit, and like this has potential, we want to do it. But like for example, the one thing that really popped in my mind that stood out that I pushed for it to come out was the Gouge. When that band sent us their demo, I was this is fucking great. And honestly, dude, I don't kiss ass or suck dick. I just tell it how it is. But to yourself, man, the last thing I heard as far as submissions, that education, I'm like, I definitely want to put this on. This is fucking great. But I haven't got a submission like that I was like, this is fucking awesome. The one block prior to that was also your shit. Chase sent me the Cemeterian demo before I even knew who the fuck you were. He's like, hey, this talking, I talked to this guy, even though I didn't even remember your name. He's like, Thy Fabled Saviors. Oh, okay, I know what Thy Fabled Saviors. We put that as. He sent me the demo. I was like, I know this is up your alley. What do you think? I think we should like try to work in doing a full length album. I was like, this is the greatest fucking thing since the Agoraphobia demo. I was like, I think we should absolutely deal with them. But a lot of stuff, it's got to be something like I hear that and I'm like, holy fuck, this is great. But that's very, very. A lot of times I'll listen. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. It's black thrash, whatever. It's cool death metal. Heard it a million times. Whatever. You know what I mean? That's usually my opinion. So I'm just like, unless it's like, yeah, it's pretty good. It's just standard death metal. I'll be like, holy shit, this just has fucking business written all over it because maybe they're I don't know, maybe they're all over social media. They have a huge YouTube channel, whatever. If it has something that like, yeah, maybe I'm a little interested in these guys outside the music being just kind of subpar.
Yeah. Oh.
If it doesn't have any of the weather checkbox, it's kind of like, and plus, like I said, we're super behind the releases. We probably could not schedule another new release between reissues, represses, and new releases, Vance, for the next 3 years, and we'd be booked, be filled up. So it's like, for us to squeeze something in and add to the roster, it's like, it's got to be something that knocks my socks right the fuck on off. You know?
Oh, my buddy Tad from fucking Pennsylvania. He loves fucking Abysmal Lord. Are they? I mean, I know Grant well, and I keep forgetting to ask him. I can text him, but I fucking forget. But is there an album? Do they have a new album coming out or?
That's a Chase question. I think he brought something up. A lot of that stuff with those, I mean, to be honest, that's Chase's department. I don't know until it's kind of in the works.
Yeah,
I know we still be working with them because we did everything except the 1 7-inch that Impurath did on his label, and I don't even know why that's ideal. Maybe the one, what's that?
That split with
It was just a full 7-inch of the Cathedral.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, to my knowledge, unless there's something else I'm missing, or whatever, we did everything. We did the mini LP, and we did both albums. CDs of them and LPs of them, and I would assume it. And I thought that band's fucking great, which was kind of surprising to me because generally speaking, the bands in that style, worshiping like the Herod, Archgoat, and shit like that. Generally speaking, I'm just like, it's a cool background. Let's see, because a lot of it literally just sounds the same to me. I'm like, it just blur. And maybe not sounds the same. Most of the times, the band's songs themselves are very, very repetitive to me. I was like, I can't tell the songs apart. But for them, I was very, I enjoyed them very much so.
Yeah. Cardiac Arrest is going to be putting out an album. Those are good buddies of mine too with you guys, so they rule. Yeah,
I met. The thing is, he always is it Adam, I believe.
Yeah.
He comments on all my videos.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty positive I've met Adam before, probably before he even knew who I was, because he'd come up to the Cinema Wasteland. I don't know if he still does. And I know for a fact, if I didn't meet him, it was one of the other guys, but I'm pretty sure it was Adam. And I definitely dealt with him in emails and stuff like that because he used to run like a distro. and he'd ring up like wholesale Hells, and I'd ring him up for him. So I've definitely dealt with them and stuff like that, and known them and known the cardiac arrest is for shit. I can't even tell me how many years. So us finally getting to work with them is we could.
That's cool. Whatever happened to Diabolus?
I don't know. I thought that was a pretty good album too. I definitely didn't think it was like Cemeterian good or Invisible Lord good, but I thought it was a good album. I really liked the cover artwork too, especially paying homage to the Exciter Heavy Metal Maniac. When I first saw the cover, I was like, "Oh, that's pretty fucking awesome." I have no idea what happened to them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's defunct or they're doing. No clue. It's funny you asked that because I kind of thought that about a year ago. I was like, "Are they doing anything else?" I was like, "I don't even like." I was kind of curious, and then I would have to ask Chase because he was the one that's in contact with them. Just like you mentioned, Visible Lord. Like I've literally never met any of those guys. I don't know them personally. Don't even know their names. I could have at Hell's Headbangers, but it was so hectic and shit. And you got to remember, it doesn't even show like at least not coherent fucking photos on their albums. So I had no idea what they're looking like. Oh hell, maybe I was taking a piss next to one of the guys. Didn't even know. So I wasn't even aware of what they looked like, and it was a pretty full fucking house. So technically, I was in the same building with them at one point because they played our fest, but I never officially met them. At least not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
So that shit ran through Chase. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most of the release stuff all goes through Chase. I mean, there's definitely stuff, like, for example, you talk about the ETK and stuff with me and some of the LPs and shit like that we've done. Like, when we first started working with Mortician, I set that up. Some of the deceased on early on, and I usually pass it off to Eric or Chase because it's kind of like, hey, guys, I ain't got time for this shit. This is your department. I'm not down like double dipping. Doing stuff. I was doing my stuff in that. So I was like, I took it from here, set it up. So a lot of it, I kind of let them handle it. But if it's a release side project, especially with the YouTube channel, there's definitely things that popped up that have come along that I want to put out that I'm talking about or whatever, and bands will contact us. And I get it rolling from there. So there's shit I've set up for the 90% of it is Chase that sets it up.
Yeah. I have no fucking idea what he just wrote, so I'm gonna put it on screen just to give everybody a fucking laugh. What do you think about the Environment Cologne band?
The Environment Cologne bands? What's that? You know what's funny with the Fraser? Does he do this always? Every time he reads leaves me a comment. It's either I cannot read it. I'm not sure what he's asking, or there's at least a misspelling in there. I was like,
he does the voice fucking thing or whatever.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
He doesn't bother to like look at it to make sure
I'm like, yeah, kind of like that. I'm like, I read it. I'm like, I don't even like. Literally, I have absolutely no idea what you're even talking about, man.
Shit. Oh man. But yeah. Now people are just the Environment Cologne.
So nobody knows what he's talking about, huh?
No. I have no fucking ideas. I mean, I've learned to figure. Oh, you know what? I think I figured it out. Devourment Clones. The band Devourment. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Oh shit! I mean, first of all, I'm kind of surprised that Fraser knows. I didn't picture him as a fan of that style of music at all. As like Devourment.
Yeah.
And you know what? I mean, nowadays, who is there? Because I kind of don't follow that scene for the most part. I do like the first Devourment album, Velocity Decapitate. I thought that was good. After that, I'm kind of like, especially the new albums with different death metal vocalists and shit. I'm like, this is kind of just a generic death metal band now. So like, it lost all the uniqueness of it. But I do remember in the early 2000s, tons of bands trying to rip it off, and I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, like, it was kind of annoying then, but I didn't. Is that still an ongoing thing? If it is, I'm just not aware of it.
I don't know. I never liked that shit ever, but
no, I figured you would. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Aaron has a fest coming up in Houston with Morpheus Descends and like Hexaya and a bunch of bands. November 19th and 20th. So anybody that wants to come to Texas or to Houston, and that's actually a nice time to be here. That's real fucking nice weather at that time.
Was it like 60, 70 degrees?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
That is that's nice weather in my book. 60s to 70s. That's right where I like it.
Yep. Chasm. I don't like them. I don't know.
My opinion on the Chasm is when I first heard them, it was live, right? And I thought Daniel and shit was a cool guy. And I saw him up in Detroit. And I was like, holy shit, this is fucking phenomenal. Great. Fucking 10 out of 10. And then I brought the album home. I think it was a 10-inch or maybe it was a 12-inch. Could have been even a CD. I think it might have been a full length. Put on the player, and I'm like, I'm fucking bored. So live, I thought they were great. On disc, I was not. I was less than impressed.
I saw them live, and I'm like, it just sounded like a bunch of like fucking guitar jacking off shit. I don't know. It wasn't my thing. Give me Cenotaph 7 inches, and that's it. Gut. I early Gut. I love like the early Gut 7 inches from like 92, I think they came out or whatever.
92, 93 sounds about right.
Great. Yeah. Those early Gut 7 inches rule.
Yeah, then they kept going. And a lot of stuff I don't know it as well. Like
they put out an album. The first album was like in '95, and they said, "Yeah, we're gonna put an album. We're never. That's it. The band's done." And then they come back and shit. So
yeah.
Cardiac killed at MDF. Yeah, I've seen videos. They sounded fucking great.
Oh shit! Is almost every band posted by somebody on YouTube, like from their camera or something?
I think so. Yeah.
I didn't search anything that. Like I said, dude, when it comes to all that stuff, I'm just out of the fucking loop.
Yeah. Evan Williams was at MDF. He's a guy that always commenting and stuff. So
you say, did you went to Maryland?
Fuck no.
I didn't think so. Why? He said meeting you. Like, why did he say?
No, he's talking to Scott.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've met Scott. It's not that great of a thing.
So you're kind of like almost like, yeah, you say that like I'm getting to buy more and more. I talk to you. You're almost like becoming more and more of a hermit as you get older.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
so you're gonna be told, dude, by the time you're 60, you're gonna be totally that grumpy old guy that it's pissed he even has to go to the grocery store.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm there now. What do you mean? Any chance of a horror reissue? I like early horror shit.
Like the 7 inch. Probably not, dude. I don't even remember the whole clusterfuck behind that story, but basically that guy is either a ripoff or fake, or it's a long story, and quite frankly, I don't remember in detail because it was so long ago. But I was glad to have gotten to do the LPs that we did, the LP and then the EP, and glad we got to do them. But long story short, the guy is turned like we're not even sure if it was the actual guy. We put it that way. So
that's funny. Long
backstory about that. I think Yosuke from NWN had something to deal with him too, and hated the guy. It was I don't even remember. It was a goddamn mess. And money was already front end, and I'm not talking $500 either. Like some actual, I mean, not 20 grand either, but a decent amount of fucking cash. Where it was like, fuck, now we got to work with this guy. You better give us something.
Damn.
It was, and years went by. I mean, granted, eventually did work out. So, like I said, we got the 2 LPs out of it, but it was a clusterfuck. So it's kind of like, even if he was legit, did you even want to work with that person again? I mean, he was such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I fucking hear that. All right, guys, we'll go another 5 minutes or so. So if anybody has any fucking burning questions that you need to get off your fucking chest to ask Justin, do it now. And he'll get to them. Somebody said something earlier. Like I said, I keep missing shit.
I'm scrolling through the questions myself now. Yeah. It's such a fucking mile long, though.
Yeah. So,
are you going to this Destroying Texas Fest?
I may. I know. That's in Houston. That's like an hour away. That's where I grew up going to shows in Houston.
Yeah, Grandpa, you should go to that.
Yeah,
why not?
Maybe.
Do you have a girlfriend or anything?
I don't talk personal shit on online. So
okay, I was gonna say if you don't, I mean, go out there and chase some tails. You just play with thy evil savior. That I'm sure that's got to shake the baby off the stick, right?
Fucking panty dropping music right there.
Yeah, exactly. Sure, you get all kinds of groupies.
Yeah. But yeah, it's I may go. I've been to a couple of them. I was there when Cyanide played, Cardiac played, saw fucking who else was good? I can't remember. It's a lot of fucking bands. But yeah, so it's. I mean, to me, fests are becoming like it's the same fucking pile of bands playing every fucking place. So I was like,
You think so? Like, did you think this last MDF? Do you think this last MDF list was a pile of shit? Like, as far as band list wise?
I honestly,
there's a bunch of bands playing I don't like, but there was a good handful of stuff. I'm like, oh, these are good bands.
I mean, I don't remember the. Oh, you know, actually, Rochevore would have been fucking great to see.
Yeah, Rochevore played. I'm assuming you like at least something by Niflheim, right?
I mean, I don't know anything by them. They're not a bad band, but I don't own anything by them.
Oh, you don't know that first record, the self-titled?
Nah, dude.
Well, that's one of my favorite black metal albums of all time.
I mean, Pro Fanatic. I mean, but I've seen them.
Yeah. No, a lot of bands in that category on the list for MDF was either like I've seen these bands a bunch of times, or it's like, yeah, it would have been cool to see this band 20 years ago. Now with 20 different member changes, they sound nothing like they used to. I kind of don't care.
I mean, I've seen so many shows. It's like I'm getting to the point where I'm like, you know, unless it's actually Niflheim didn't even play.
Well, that was another band I wasn't desperate to see because I'm basically a first album guy. I think the second album's pretty good. After that, none of it sucks. I kind of just didn't care. But it's like, I mean, from what I understand, they put on a good live show. So I was like, they would have been a band I would watch.
There's two shows that come to mind that I've seen in the past, I'd say 5 years, that were two of my favorite like live sets. One was Cyanide playing at Destroying Texas Fest, and the other one was the old Greek band Verathron played here in Houston, and they were fucking amazing. They kicked ass. They played a bunch of old shit, and they were just, it's like a little small club, and it was just fucking awesome. Probably those two shows are the ones that really stand out. And and Pius Levis, I saw them recently, Carl's band, and they were badass. But I don't know. It takes a lot for me to Hexea. I saw Hexea, and they were good. They were really good live. But like shows that really kick my ass, it's been.
Yeah, but let me ask you this though. Like, what's a band that you went to in the last 5 years that you're actually a fan of? That you're like, man, that fucking sucked.
I don't know. I remember seeing Rotting Christ, and I thought they were boring as fuck.
Well, hang on. But you like, I've never asked you like Rotting Christ or not, but I'm going to assume that you probably only like maybe the first two albums or so.
I like the Passage EP. I like Thy Mighty Contract, and I like some of like the what's the other album?
Second one. The first one is really all I know, and then I've listened to sprinkle stuff here and there and I'm like, and then you know what I mean.
Yeah, but that was that was more than 5 years ago. But I thought they sounded like shit.
What I'm getting at, but when you saw them, even a band like that, okay, you like a couple releases, but at the time that you saw them, they pretty much didn't put anything out that you
no.
So what I'm getting at is it sounds like you're disappointed a lot of shows, but it's unfairly said because you're kind of going to bands that A, you don't like, B, you don't know or care about, or C, you like some stuff by them, but it's been like 20 years plus since anything they put out that you liked. So it's like, why would you like the show then? If you actually look at the bands, you're like, I like everything by that band, up to date. And then you went with the show, like, that fucking sucked. You probably would have a hard time coming up with a list of fucking bands. There might be some, because sometimes some bands are just boring as shit live, or maybe they play like shit, but I mean, you probably have a hard time with that. So my advice is, if you see stuff that you really like, the whole catalog up to date, go to that, because chances are you're probably going to enjoy it.
I mean, there's not too many bands that I like an entire catalog from, though.
No, but I mean, it could be a newer band, like you said, the Hexelia. I mean, like that's a newer band.
Yeah, they're new.
Like current, you know what I'm saying?
I've seen them. They played here once. They were good. But there hasn't been like there hasn't been many bands that like blew me away or anything like that, you know. So the band. I mean, I saw a lot of this shit when I was young. So, But I mean, I still go to shows. Like I said, I was at that show a couple weeks ago. I mean, it wasn't, you know, I was there, you know. So, but you know, there's just I don't know. I mean, like a lot of the bands that tour a lot, like Incantation, Immolation. I mean, I don't know all their shit. I'll hear like a song from like first album, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that song, or I know that song, you know.
Yeah.
Autopsy, I know you don't give a shit. I know you like the first album, but I saw them and they were pretty good. But that was like 10 years ago or whatever.
Do you like every album by them, for example?
No. I mean, I don't own it. I like. To me, after like Mental Funeral, I kind of.
Okay, so yeah, you don't like shit fun and all that.
Nah, I mean it's not bad or anything like that, but I don't like. Hey, I gotta fucking pull out that album. You know what I mean? It's not like I don't think it sucks or anything like that, but it's just not my go-to shit.
Okay.
Oh, Merciless Savagery from Houston is another like newer band. It's like two females like playing evil metal and shit, and it's actually really good.
Merciless Savagery, huh?
Yeah. It's pretty good stuff. But yeah, I mean, I like, you know, like I said, it'll take a lot for me. I don't really get excited, I guess, about shows. Really?
No, I would say, I mean, very rarely am I excited. Like, even for Deceased coming up, I wouldn't use the word excited. I'd be like, yeah, it's cool. I'm definitely going to go.
Yeah.
And that's about the extent of it. But excited fucking butterflies in the stomach, I'd certainly not get that. You know what I mean?
Look at this fucking guy. It's good. It's not fucking great, but it's not bad. But I just
put it to you this way: God, if Throne sends him home on a stretcher.
I don't know about all that, but
dude,
yeah,
after the first album's all they got. Mental Funeral, aka Mental Snoozerol. The only thing that thing's good for is putting you to fucking sleep if you're having a hard time falling asleep. God damn, is that boring?
I'd like to see like I've seen them already, but Crucifier. I saw Crucifier. They're really fucking good. I forgot about that.
But that's the bands that you like and are passionate about. You're just not seeing shit that you like. That's all. And maybe that's few and far in between who's around that you do like.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's just not many bands.
There's not many left, so I understand that.
No, yeah. But like I said, not kissing Scott's ass, but fucking Cyanide is like one of my favorite bands to see live. No, they play once every 3 years or whatever, but
dude, I've only seen them once in my life. Now I was at our fest. I know they don't play shit. I've only seen them the one time.
Three dudes will go up there and just blow everybody the fuck away.
But at the same time, that's kind of like it's cool too, because then you actually really get to look forward to seeing them because it's
exactly.
It's an actual this is not every weekend type of thing.
Yeah. All right, well, I went over the fucking 5 minutes, so
nothing else in there that's worth reading off. It's like
I don't think so. I don't know. Best Absu album. Yeah. I mean, I like my two favorite are the first two, and they kind of go back and forth as far as albums. But yeah, JOABA Fest. That'd be like fucking 3 bands.
Yeah, that's all he likes nowadays. 3 bands left.
It'd be Hexea, fucking Verathron, Cyanide, and that's probably about it. Cardiac Arrest is really good live too. They actually kicked ass when I saw them here. They were really fucking good.
How long ago was that?
They played here a few years ago.
Like pre or post COVID?
Pre.
Okay.
Yeah. They were supposed to play with Deceased here, but they had to cancel.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think it was 2019 when they played.
Okay.
Really fucking good.
When was the last time you seen Deceased then?
Just this past year, like
November.
Recently. Yeah, like recently. November. Yeah,
did you go up and say hi to King and shit?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I used to book Deceased shows and shit like for years.
So did you ask him for a rematch and shooting hoops?
We talk about that often, actually, but
yeah, did it happen?
Nah, no. He was. They were. I think I got there, and I think I got there like right before they were about to go on or some shit. And
well, do you realize he's more picky than you? Yeah, he likes a ton of heavy metal stuff and the NWA BHM, but that's about it. You mentioned any death metal or black metal, he doesn't like any of that crap for the 99% of the time on 100. You know what I mean?
No. Oh yeah, and my fest would end very fucking early because fuck going home at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, so you're on board with that too? So you're on the grandpa fucking J-DAWG fucking schedule too, right?
Oh fuck yeah! I mean,
You know that 2 a.m. shit is gay as fuck too.
Yeah, fuck all that. You know, it's like I'm done with that shit.
Yeah.
Hey, Scott has a question. Whatever happened to putting those 2 communion albums out on vinyl?
I don't know, but yeah, I actually really like those 2 discs, and it's funny they move pretty steady, but for whatever reason they kind of like untalked about. Yeah, I don't know, but didn't one of them came out? Wasn't it Nuclear War Now that did one of them on vinyl? He did one of them on vinyl. So yeah, I don't know because Chase set up those deals, but yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, but I definitely did. You ever hear those albums, Francisco? The Communion?
I've seen. You know what? I've heard. I heard the first album, and I do like it. And I saw them live.
They be up your alley. You definitely want to pick
this up. Here. They played here live.
See, I've never seen them. Yeah, I've never. Okay.
Yeah, they played Destroying Texas Fest. I think they played the same year Cyanide played. That's
it's
right,
funny because they're a band that I kind of always forget about, and I can't air guitar their songs or anything. But every time I put it on, I'm like, this is like I thoroughly entertained. Like I really enjoyed it.
They were good live too. When we saw them, I think when we saw them, the first album wasn't out with you guys yet. I think they were selling like a demo or something, and that was it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't even know. Are they still doing shit? I don't even know. Again, they'd be just in contact with Chase. Again, it's like because just put in perspective. Remember when you were talking to Chase about the deals and stuff like that? If you would have mentioned Justin, anyone to you, you'd be like, I don't know who that is. You know what I mean? It's like that because I'm just like you're just not dealing with. You know what I mean? You're just not dealing with that part. You know what I mean?
No, I mean I had only ever dealt with Chase or talked to Chase, and that was it.
Right. The guys at Communion, they probably have no idea who the fuck I even am. You know what I mean? Which is whatever, it's fine. You know, it is what it is. You know.
My favorite YouTube fucking name ever. No baloney Anzalone.
I've never even seen that.
Oh yeah, he's good, dude. Deicide and Cannibal ask Hell to reissue their classic records. They're paying for it. I don't know why. It's a fantasy. Deluxe reissues. Hells can only pick one. Which band do you choose?
Deicide, because the Cannibals have been reissued several times, and a decent job was done on them. Deicide, not so much. They've been reissued, and they kind of sucked. So
there you go.
Yeah, I'd go Deicide. But I don't know if you do. We're doing majority. What are we doing? 11 albums. I forget which ones we're not doing. By Cannibal Corpse on cassette. We got licensed.
Oh, you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's kind of like, and I'm not really a collector of cassettes and shit, but come out. I mean, it's just kind of like as a business move, and just to say the name Cannibal Corpse has entered Hell's Headbangers in some way, shape, or form. It's just kind of like, I don't know, kudos. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
so I definitely didn't want
cool for you, you know.
Yeah, we just had to pay a licensing fee, and it wasn't like anything outlandish. I mean, it was for all of them. I mean, it was a few grand or something like that, but it wasn't like anything. It wasn't like something crazy.
And
but
every album?
We're not. No, I forget which ones we're not doing. But 11 different albums that we're doing.
Wow, I didn't know they had that many albums.
Oh shit, that did they have? Shit, if I had that, they might have. What are they on? Album 14, something like that.
Holy shit.
It's up there, man. It's definitely.
That's why they're fucking still out there, because they never stop. So
yeah,
props to them.
Full of misfits. We've been around 40 years, but they took a fucking 13-year break. 40 years, my ass. 27, goddamn it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh shit. Well, cool, man. This has been cool. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it here.
Yeah, it's past my bedtime.
Yeah. Kind of figured that, but I'm starting. I'm getting fucking tired too. My fucking eyes are getting fucking heavy and shit. So, but yeah, cool, awesome, dude. It was cool doing it again. I'm glad we did it. We'll fucking do it again at some other fucking time, and
hopefully sooner than 3 months. But we'll see. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. We can do it. I can fucking do your show or something like that. I don't know. I can read the questions to you or something. I don't fucking know.
I can figure out how to do it, how to invite you on. You know what I mean?
Well, you can use like a free version of this platform.
Yeah, but I don't even know where the fuck it's at.
StreamYard. You just go StreamYard, Google StreamYard, and you can do it.
Oh,
All
really?
you got to do is make an account and all that shit. It's fucking easy.
Okay.
I pay a little bit, but not much. Just to
Yeah,
have
okay.
like.
But you could do the kind of like the free trial version.
Oh yeah, you could do free forever.
Okay.
all you have to do is like just make an account and you're good to go.
Yeah. Okay. It's kind of like we transfer. I transfer files and shit from there. I've always used the free version.
Yeah. All you'll see is like their fucking where it says the Sound Exchange thing there on the screen. It'll have like a StreamYard logo, and that's it.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay.
So anyway, but yeah, whenever we record more shit or whatever, I'll send it your way so you can check it out and all that.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. Like I said, the 2 clips you sent me, the very first one a few months ago, and then the one just this week, I thought was fucking awesome.
Cool. Well, awesome. Everybody, thanks for hanging out. There was quite a few people that came in and hung out, so that's cool.
This is going to go right up on your channel right away, then, right?
As soon as we're done, it goes up.
It's a video. Okay, cool. So all people that you gotta watch it now. They can watch it
tomorrow. Yeah. All you guys that like fucking ask your questions on this channel, just tell everybody, hey, check out the fucking
videos up. Watch
J-DAWG episode. Check out the J-DAWG episode from last night or whatever.
Yeah, correct.
And, so cool, awesome, man. Well, let's fucking get the fuck out of here, and I'll leave everybody with this fucking version of the fucking song. Where is it at? I'm looking. Here we go.